championnats canadiens. Avant de commencer, on a quelques présentations à faire. Jane Vettero est là présentement en compagnie de Earl Sovakovich. On lui remet un certificat, un prix pour les succès internationaux qu'il a connus récemment avec l'équipe canadienne en 2021. Donc, merci beaucoup, Earl, pour ta contribution au sein de l'équipe d'entraîneurs de la Fédération canadienne des skis.
Next up, Kathy Innes up on lane 42 for Frank and Mark Buffa and Buffa Bowling. Everything. Well, we could just go on and on and on and on about everything Frank and Mark have done for not just CTF but bowling, not just in Canada but all over the world. Mark and Frank, thank you so much for everything you do for us, for CTF and for bowling.
On va présenter aussi un prix à Mark et Frank Buffa de Buffa Distribution et aussi à toute l'équipe qui participe très très fort pour le soutien de la Fédération et surtout pour tout ce qu'ils ont fait sur notre beau sport au Canada, à l'international. Ils font vraiment rayonner le talent que nous avons. Donc, bravo, Buffa Distribution, Mark, Frank. Boom!
Up next, Blaine Boyle has an award for Classic Bowl, accepting on behalf of Classic Bowl Russell Sirwetnik. Well, everyone that's still here, just like to say, you know, the past 2 years have been very, very difficult due to COVID and all kinds of things. We've had to cancel this tournament a few times. You know, things have been hit and miss and touch and go. Classic Bowl stepped up, took the tournament on very, very short notice. They've been excellent hosts this week, so really, let's give them a big hand.
Finalement, Blaine Boyle a remis une reconnaissance à l'équipe de Classic Bowl ici. Et pour accepter cette présentation, c'est Russell Sirwetnik qui est allé recevoir le prix. On sait que les 2 dernières années n'ont pas été faciles pour toutes les raisons que vous connaissez. Et on a planifié le tournoi à Montréal. On a dû planifier ici à Classic Bowl dans un délai très très court. Alors merci beaucoup d'avoir fait des pieds et des mains pour accepter d'être l'autre des championnats canadiens ici à Classic Bowl. Donc Russell et toute l'équipe, un gros merci.
All right, bowlers, this is your 5th squad of the tournament. You're bowling 6 games this morning. The ladies are on 33 to 44. The men are on 47 to 58. Again, bowlers on left lanes are moving left. Bowlers on right lanes are moving right. You are permitted to alter the surface of your equipment by hand between games, not during the game. Each bowler is responsible for verifying their own scores. Please fill in and keep your recap sheets with you as you move lanes. The 6th game this morning is a position round. After the 5th game, there will be a short break while we tally the scores and do lane assignments. You will have a 5-minute warm-up before that final game. At the end of the squad, the field will be cut to the top 3 men and the top 3 women who will advance to our stepladder finals. Bowling balls not allowed at this event are the 2016-2017 Purple Hammers and the Storm Spectre. Anyone found using these bowling balls will be disqualified. Remember, no outside food or beverages are allowed in the center. No smoking, vaping, or alcohol is permitted during any block of your competition.
Ce matin, à nouveau, vous allez jouer 6 parties. D'abord 5 que vous allez jouer. Vous allez vous déplacer vers la gauche pour les allées de gauche, la droite pour les allées de droite. Et vous jouez directement sur la paire d'à côté. On ne saute pas de paire. Les hommes vont jouer de 47 à 58. Les femmes de 33 à 44. Lorsque vous allez avoir terminé votre bloc de 5 parties, il va y avoir une petite, très courte pause parce qu'on va refaire tous les résultats, on va s'assurer que tout est en ordre et ensuite la dernière partie sera une partie de position, de la première à la dernière position. Le top 3 va passer à la finale Step Ladder qui va consister dans le fond le joueur 2 contre le joueur 3. Le gagnant va affronter la première position, mais on saura vous remémorer ces renseignements-là tantôt, ces règlements-là. Les boules suivantes sont toujours interdites. La Storm Spectre et aussi Purple Hammer de 2016-2017. Si on trouve un joueur à utiliser une de ces boules, le joueur sera automatiquement disqualifié. Nourriture et boissons de l'extérieur de la salle de quilles. Il est également interdit de fumer, vapoter, boire de l'alcool durant la compétition. Vous aurez quelques minutes de pratique, mais tout d'abord, veuillez vous lever, retirer chapeau et casquette pour l'hymne national canadien. Please stand up, remove your hats and caps, and we will sing the whole Canada.
Bowlers, your lanes are on for 10 minutes of practice.
10 minutes de pratique, tout le monde, et ensuite, les parties débutent. Bon match! Donc, 6 minutes. Is that good for you, or you prefer 10? It should be 10, so, yeah. So if you give us just 1 minute, I will turn off the lanes and put back 10 minutes. Sorry, it's my mistake. Really sorry about that. Désolé, je ferme les allées. On va ouvrir avec 10 minutes. C'est de ma faute. Je prends le nombre, ça sera pas long, merci.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the stream. My name is Mark Buffa. I will be with you pretty much all day. Salut tout le monde. Re-bienvenue à notre émission. Je m'appelle Mark Buffa. Je vais être avec vous pas mal toute la journée, accompagné de Guillaume Nadeau, qu'on vient d'entendre sur le micro. Donc, un petit problème avec la pratique. So, a little bit of an issue here with the practice. We only put 6 minutes and should be 10. So, we are getting ready for that. So, welcome to the 2022 Canadian Team Trials presented by CTF, Classic Bowl, Sport Canada, Buffa Distribution, Fana Sports, Dexter, and Lexer Bowling Software. Donc, bienvenue tout le monde aux essais de l'équipe canadienne, Canadian Team Trials 2022. Nous sommes ici à Classic Bowl. Un gros merci à la Fédération canadienne des quilles, la FCDQ, ainsi que Sport Canada et tous les autres commanditaires, Buffa Distribution, Fana Sport, Dexter, ainsi que Lexer pour leur appui pour cet événement. Okay? On a reçu une très belle plaque aujourd'hui pour commémorer nos efforts pour la Fédération des quilles. Donc, c'est très fortement apprécié. J'aimerais remercier mon équipe, non seulement celle qui est ici, mais aussi l'équipe qui est basée à Montréal, qui nous soutient durant toute cette semaine et qui fait de son mieux pour aider le sport des quilles ici au Canada. Donc, un gros merci à l'équipe. So everyone, just wanted to say a quick thank you to CTF. We were presented with an award today for all the help that we do for the Canadian Tenpin Federation, and it's great. This is now, I think, the 7th year or even more that we have been doing the event with CTF. So again, thank you for your confidence, and it is an honor to work with you. And I want to say thanks to my team that's not only here at the event, but also back home at the headquarters in Montreal. Just always thriving to make the sport of bowling grow here in Canada. And this is one of the reasons why we do what we do. Salut Guillaume.
Salut Marc, bon matin. Bienvenue à tous. Dernière journée, Marc, de ce championnat canadien. Dernière partie, même, je devrais dire. On a une ronde de 6 parties ce matin, donc un bloc de 5, puis on va fonctionner comme on a fonctionné les dernières journées, les dernières rondes, c'est-à-dire que 5 parties. Ensuite, on arrête tout, on replace les gens dans leur ordre de classement sur les allées pour une dernière partie. Et après, on y va pour le show avec la finale Step Ladder. 3 joueurs vont se disputer les médailles de bronze, d'argent et d'or.
Good. So let's recap the event. We had 120 bowlers from all across Canada competing for spots on the national team, youth national team, which is 21 and under, and 50 plus. Okay? Donc, pour débuter la semaine, on avait 120 joueurs pour gagner leur place sur l'équipe soit canadienne, l'équipe junior de 21 ans et moins, ou sinon aussi l'équipe senior de 50 ans et plus.
Et on doit mentionner aussi, il y a des gens à la maison qui nous ont posé la question, même des gens ici, si vous êtes un junior ou si vous êtes un senior, vous avez aussi la chance de participer pour l'équipe régulière adulte. L'équipe régulière adulte, il n'y a pas d'âge à ça. Que vous ayez 16 ans ou 74 ans, si vous faites le top 6, vous faites le top 6.
Exact. Donc
Et,
ici, on voit Nick Blagojevich avec l'astérix à côté de son nom. Ça nous dit que c'est un junior.
Exact.
Donc, il y a toujours la chance de faire le top 6. Parce que là, on veut faire le top 6.
Exactement. Puis, si on part du top 12, juste de la 12e position qui est Mathis, jusqu'à Jordan John qui est 6e, on s'entend qu'il n'y a pas énormément de quilles.
C'est ça, juste 100 quilles. Donc, ça peut bouger vite. Okay?
Exact. Si
Chez les femmes, c'est une autre histoire. So a little bit of not big of a gap here between 12th and 6th, which makes things very interesting. But if we see on the women's side, there is a little bit more of a gap, but still a lot of ground to make up today. We only have 6 games, however, so it will be hard for Sammy and for Lynn to make a run at the top 6. So what we're looking for here at the standings is today, after 6 games, basically the top 6 make the national team.
Period.
Okay, period. So right now, maybe we should put a line on the lecture feed to, to show the top 6. So what we're looking for is top 6, and then for the continuation of the show, we are looking for top 3. Okay, but as the bowlers are here, they are just looking to stay within the top 6.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. And yes, this line here will be changed as soon as game number 1 is finished. I'm going to change that, and when scores are updated, you will see the line to determine the top 6 for each gender here. So it will be very interesting, Mark, to keep an eye on the men's side today, especially because of what we just said here, that there is only a 90-pin difference between Mathis and the person in 6th. Very, very interesting this morning. And don't forget even Karine Bouchard. She had a really good week. Made a couple of mistakes yesterday. That was a really hard day for her. Fortunately, she had a game of 265, which helped her to stay around the cut in the bubble. So if she does good today, she can have a chance to move a little bit higher and finish at least 6th. This is what she's looking for, and she's been working with Bradley Garens this week a lot. So he knows her game well, he knows her equipment, and if she needs any kind of help, he will be there to assist her. Nous sommes toujours en pratique. Il reste un peu moins de 5 minutes à la pratique. Et juste avant, dans les présentations, Marc, toi et ton père, vous avez eu une belle reconnaissance de la part de la Fédération canadienne des skis cette année pour tout le travail que vous faites, que l'équipe de Buffa fait pour la Fédération, pour la visibilité du sport, non pas juste au Canada, mais aussi aux États-Unis. Donc, je profite de l'occasion pour le dire. C'est peut-être pas tout le monde qui l'a entendu. On n'était peut-être pas en direct tantôt. Donc, Marc, juste un petit mot là-dessus. Qu'est-ce que ça fait de recevoir une telle reconnaissance de la part de la Fédération aujourd'hui?
Ben, c'est sûr que, écoute, on fait tout ce qu'on fait, pas pour la reconnaissance, mais pour les joueurs. T'sais, on veut que les joueurs aient un événement de très haut calibre. On veut que les joueurs ne se soucient pas de l'événement, mais de simplement jouer au quai. Donc, si on est capable de faciliter ça, c'est sûr que la reconnaissance de la part de la Fédération, c'est super important, mais aussi de l'entendre des joueurs en fin de soirée, puis aussi les textos, puis aussi les commentaires qu'on voit sur le stream, c'est toujours aussi valorisant.
Exact. C'est
Donc,
comme la cerise sur le Sunday, si on peut dire.
Excellent. Donc, un gros merci à vous tous d'être parmi nous.
So a little bit less than 4 minutes now before we start this competition, last day of competition. Mark, at the very beginning, before practice, the CTF gave you an award, an appreciation award to both you and your father and the Buffa crew because of everything that you do for the sport of bowling in Canada and also on the international stage. So what was it for you to be awarded this morning?
Well, we don't do this for the awards, right? We do it for the players. And me being a past player, it's a way to give back to the players. You know, like the whole intent by having a team here and the resources that we have is to make sure that the bowlers just get to focus on bowling and that we are able to have a top tier event here for them so that the scoring is quick, that their families can watch at home, and we really appreciate that. So, the appreciation from the Federation, we absolutely appreciate it. I keep all these plaques, they're all over the place in the office. But I want to say also the comments that we get either on stream, off stream, the texts I get, and also the comments that we get from the bowlers. That's what we strive for. Is that right? So
it's the icing on the cake.
This is the icing on the cake. Okay. Right. Yeah. So again, thank you to CTF. Not only for the award, but for the confidence that they put in us and our team for the event year after year. And also thanks to the CTF for also supporting our events. We've had Montreal Open a couple of times now, and they've always sent a delegate. They've always, and that's the thing too. Make sure that you bowl in a sanctioned league. It enables the Federation to run events like this and to have partners like us on site as well. Donc, n'oubliez pas aussi que c'est grâce à la Fédération canadienne des quilles qu'on est capable d'avoir une équipe nationale puis un événement de tel calibre, puis avoir le soutien de nous chez Buffa Distribution, évidemment. Donc, je vous invite fortement, puis je parle à tous les Québécois parce qu'au Québec, on fait dur là-dessus, là, je vais le dire en bon québécois.
C'est pas facile.
Demandez d'être membre de la FCDQ dans votre ligue. OK? Les règlements dans le monde des quilles, aujourd'hui, en 2022, c'est encore plus important avec les récents changements sur les règlements des boules, avec tout ça, les changements de surface, etc., avec les boules qui sont maintenant bannies, là, je vais dire les conneries qui se sont passées dans le mois dernier.
Exact.
C'est toutes des choses importantes puis qui régissent le sport des quilles. Puis moi, perso, je l'entends très souvent à la job. On va recevoir des appels. « Hey, c'est quoi le règlement des quilles pour ça? » Ben, t'es-tu sanctionné? Non.
Fait que là, il n'y a comme pas vraiment de règlement.
Tu fais ton règlement.
C'est ça.
Ben, c'est quoi les règlements des quilles? Ben, il y a les règlements PBA, il y a les règlements mondiaux, il y a les règlements CTF. Tous les règlements sont différents. Donc, c'est l'importance d'être régi par une organisation.
C'est ça qui va nous donner les directives. Puis s'il arrive un quiproquo, une situation un peu spéciale, ben là, on peut se fier au livre des règlements, puis voici.
C'est ça. Puis sur une ligue de 30 semaines, c'est 30$ par année.
C'est très peu.
1 pièce de moins, un café de moins par semaine.
C'est tout.
Ça paye la traite. Donc, merci pour votre écoute. OK, donc on a 2 caméras en temps normal. On a aussi 2 caméras flotteurs, donc on devrait être capable de pas mal suivre l'action un peu de tout partout. Donc, Guillaume,
c'est
bon show aujourd'hui.
Bon show.
Have a good show, everyone.
On espère vous donner le meilleur. We hope to give you the best. But for that, the bowlers have to give us their best as well. And this will be difficult because I understand that this is the pattern that they has the most problems with. And yesterday when I had a couple of people here with me at the booth, they all said that it would be a tough day, that they needed to change their strategy going forward. They had to think about their equipment, line play and stuff like that. So this will be very interesting to see how these guys, these gals will react on the lanes today. Are we going to see games of 160, 170, or are we going to see games in the 200s? That's a really good question that I can't answer, but that the bowlers can answer. And we saw something very emotional in front of us with the Wongs, Lynn Gauthier, Miranda Panis. Emotions are really high this morning to start this competition. Karine Bouchard is already on the lane. She wants to break the ice, and there she goes. On a vu des moments un peu émotifs, je vous dirais. Lynn Gauthier qui a été qui a vécu des moments difficiles avec une maladie dans les dernières années. Là, elle est de retour à la compétition, de retour en finale, comme on la connaît. Les gens de Winnipeg doivent être fiers, pas à peu près. Et c'est parti pour la compétition. Karine Bouchard n'a perdu aucune minute. Elle s'était lancée, a réussi un compte de 9. Marc nous disait tantôt qu'on a 2 caméras fixes et 2 caméras flottantes. Alors, on va pouvoir suivre l'action. S'il y arrive quoi que ce soit, on va être capable de se déplacer. Felicia Wong sur l'allée 37. Ouh! On commence avec un trou. Du côté des hommes, ici, nous avons Jordan Klassen. Un peu plein. La quille 4 reste en place. Jordan est présentement en 4e position, ce qui, présentement, lui assure une place sur l'équipe canadienne.
Donc, mentionnons bouffabowling.com/live.
Toujours.
Qui est le lien ressources pour pas mal tout. Donc, si quelqu'un vous pose la question « Hey, comment je fais pour écouter le live? »
C'est là que ça se passe.
On a le lien.
Les résultats sont où? bouffabowling.com/live.
Ouais. Puis même si vous ne savez pas comment écouter l'émission qu'on est en train de faire, l'émission YouTube est aussi diffusée sur bouffabowling.com/live.
Exact.
Donc, tout est là.
Et si vous connaissez des personnes qui doivent travailler en ce moment, ben vous pourrez leur dire qu'ils nous écoutent en reprise. District 31 va finir bientôt. Là, vous pourrez écouter les quilles si vous n'avez pas été en mesure de le faire cette semaine. Marc, permets-moi, je vais aller ôter les animations de la jungle sur les écrans. Je pense que ça va aller.
C'est bon. Thanks everyone for being with us again this morning. We're seeing a lot of familiar faces or familiar names in the chat. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to everyone. Please let me know in the comments if everything seems fine this morning, audio quality. Like I said, we're going to keep bouncing around between the 3 cameras. So just let us know how's it going. Thanks everyone for being with us. Donc merci à tous d'être parmi nous encore une fois. Robert Greco, thank you sir. Really appreciate it. Merci pour les excellents commentaires, c'est très fortement apprécié. Mikey Rakuten, baby. I hope that's you.
Well, if it's not him, there's a problem. Usually, we always see you. So what happened? Were you stuck at your work, at the job? You should have taken a day
7:10 on
off.
stream? No, no. Let's go back to Sammy.
Ooh, no, 9 pin.
Shout out to Scotty and the family. Hope you're watching. Hope all is well. So Samantha and Felicia were on the team at Wichita State at the same time I was there as well. So really good friends. I know Sam's husband really well, Scott. So we got a chance to bowl together for 1 year. And yeah, shout out to the fam.
All right, back-to-back spare for Samantha Wong.
So we're getting thumbs up for the quality of the stream. All right, looks good.
And Robert has been with us all week.
Yeah,
Thank you, Robert.
they are in the truck outside, right? Like the production truck.
Production truck, that's right.
Okay, Miranda Panis with a 3-bagger to start, and also who's on the end pair over there?
There's Jennifer Besana and
Yeah, we'll see Jennifer Basana to the left of our screen. Open, double 9. But who else is on that pair? Sarah Klassen.
Sarah Klassen, that's
Yeah.
right, yes.
So Sarah Klassen with a 4-bagger to start. So she is off screen. We'll see her kind of creep into the left of this shot here. Marissa Naylor. Strike spare double.
Et une qui 10.
Oh, I thought it was a double. It sounded like a straight.
Yeah, it sounded
Yeah.
like, but from our angle, we can see the 10 pin there.
So not a great start for Felicia this morning, but
Yeah.
she
Ooh.
was telling me this morning, says hugs for everyone.
And maybe a little bit more for her because she's the only one on the left side of the lane. So if she finds something, good. If she doesn't, she will have to fight all day to get something working.
Let us know in the chat if you would like me to put our faces at the bottom as they were for the rest of the week. But trying to show the scores as big as possible, as you know, it's 6 games left to go. Scores are more important
than us.
All right, so we're seeing some players with a lot of slashes and circles, and so definitely not a good start for some.
Great spare by Tiffany. The whole family is behind her. Travis and her mother-in-law as well.
Among which Austin Ducharme right now with 17 in the second frame, 2 opens, and just leaving a 6-pin now. Does not seem very pleased. Let's cut back to the men here.
Oh, wow. So Graham has some troubles with lane 47. A spare, and now a 5 count. The Greek church.
Okay.
It is makeable, but good luck.
Art Oliver is clean after 4. However, he did tell me this morning that he is pretty stressed out. So he really wants to make this team. This tournament for him is something that he holds dear to his heart. He always wants to make it. And last night he wrote to me and he was like, I'm afraid because he had a bad day yesterday. And he said, I don't want to blow it again because he kind of relived this position a while back. And I just told him, I said, you have to, one shot at a time. And that's it, So there we see a great
Just
shot
like
by
that.
our Uncle Artie. Okay. Today is one of those days where you need to trust your abilities and stay very attentive to everything that's happening.
Yeah, if you need to make a move, make a change, you have to do it fast, quick, because you don't have 12 games to think about the adjustment, blah, blah, blah. And most of the bowlers said that all the pairs are very different from one another. So if you need to make a change today, do it. Trust yourself, be confident, and just throw the ball. Don't hesitate.
Any chance you can just show the scores of the ones bowling? Okay, so basically remove everyone from the scrolling message on the bottom? Is that what you're asking, I guess? Don't forget, you can also look at the scores, buffabowling.com/live. Click on the results link and bookmark that in your browser on your home screen. You can get all the frame-by-frame details too, which is pretty cool. I guess, yeah, we could do that. Just remove some of the clutter. Just wanted to give the rest of the finalists from yesterday still a little bit of screen time, I guess.
Alors pour Jordan Klassen, c'est une autre réserve. Du côté de Mitch Huppé, c'est 92 au 5 avec une réserve au 6. Graham Fa, 86 au 5e carreau. Il s'apprête à jouer son 6e. Toujours à votre écran, Jordan Jung de JR Pro Shop. Assurez-vous d'aller voir les vidéos de JR Pro Shop sur YouTube. Une chaîne très active, très populaire, du contenu super intéressant. Mark a d'ailleurs participé à quelques vidéos récemment lors de son dernier voyage en Colombie-Britannique. Donc, si vous êtes à la recherche de conseils un peu sur les boules de quilles et sur un peu tout dans le domaine des quilles, l'équipe de JR Pro Shop est là. Ouh! Donc, c'était la 4-6-7-10 pour Jordan. Départ difficile pour lui. Deuxième trouée, comme Mark disait, il y a beaucoup de cercles, de barres obliques, de petites barres de corps ouverts. Alors, ce n'est pas facile ce matin. Cependant, Cody McMaster, elle a eu un trou au premier carreau, maintenant un quadruple. Hier, elle est en feu. Mais quand je dis en feu, c'est pas dans les bons sens du terme. Elle était très déçue, très fâchée de sa performance. Et là, elle a tout avec elle. Elle veut monter au classement. Jill Freeze, de son côté, sur l'allée 42. Elle aimerait ça que ce soit un tournoi 9 à bas ce matin. 4 réserves de 9 pour débuter. Et Karine Bouchard, que vous avez vu à l'extrême gauche de votre écran, vient tout juste de réaliser là-bas. Après un carreau ouvert au 3e, elle a un triple. Et du côté de Jill, ça va être un compte de 8 cette fois-ci. Nous sommes à mi-chemin dans cette première rencontre. Et même dépassé la mi-chemin de cette première rencontre. Samantha, une quille sur son trou. Premier carreau ouvert de la rencontre, 86 au 5e. Les abats se font rares pour la plupart des participants. Miranda Panis avait commencé avec 5 abats consécutifs. Elle a malheureusement eu un carreau ouvert. Et il n'y a pas de cercle, donc ça devait être une réserve, disons, facile à convertir, mais elle est revenue avec un abat au 7e. C'est elle qui a le meilleur début de match jusqu'à présent. Mais n'oublions pas Cody McMaster, qui a 5 abats maintenant consécutifs. Tout roule pour elle après ce carreau ouvert au carreau numéro 1. Et on va aller faire un petit tour du côté de la 37. Avec Marissa Naylor, Felicia Wong. Felicia toujours, Mark, à la recherche d'un premier abat. La gauchère se cherche. Felicia is still looking for a first strike of the day. After 6 frames, it's 2 opens and 4 spares. So let's see what she will do here. 7th frame for her. Oh, she missed way left. So this will be tough, and Cody McMaster will take advantage of this. Back to the men now with Jordan Jung missing a spare. Wow. Oof. 98 in the 7th frame. I hope he will not arrive 3 hours later. Oh,
Big
great
cover.
spare. This pair is important for Felicia. That was not easy. She had to cover the 1 and the 3 to get the 9 pin behind and the 10 pin at the far right. Great job.
Let's go back to Jordan, see if he can try to erase that
wow.
open frame, but he
Solid
is not looking
7
really
pin.
good right now.
Solid 7.
He's got 98 in the 7th.
And that ball just looked perfect, but the 7 pin said, no, I'm not going to give you that strike you want so bad.
Let's go back to Cody McMaster here. Open, 5-bagger.
Ooh, she just missed
Missed the head pin wide.
There was no chance that this ball would come back to the pocket. Just want to mention that Miranda is paying a tribute to the kids. Every lives matter. The kids of the First Nation. And that is good for another strike. Cody making the spare.
Taylor Maxner having a really great event, struggling a little bit this game, could punch out for 202. That's his first strike in a bit of a while. Mitch Hupe showing a little bit of frustration off angle here. People might think sometimes that, you know, these PBA guys, they come here and, oh, it's going to be a walk in the park. You know, they're able to bowl as much, you know, throughout the year because with the closures in Canada and all this stuff. And it's just a true testament to the quality of players that we have here in the country, right? Like, it's not, they're not a pushover.
No.
Definitely not.
And if we could put these guys also on the tour, having the same opportunities, then I'm pretty sure we would have like great talent in the U.S.
Ooh, washout for Taylor Maxner. That's not good.
Especially in the 9th frame. This is not what you want in the 9th frame. You want to build something for the 10th and, you know, build some confidence for the next game.
And we just saw Mitch off to the left of your screen. Again, just frustrated, 210. He's still going to stay in second position because there's 160 pins between him and Taylor. However, he's trying to catch up to Graham as much as he can. And right now he's giving pins back to Graham. Let's see if Jordan can get off this pair, because right now it's not looking good. Looking like, yeah.
Went high. As you said, Mark, no bueno.
Let's go back to Marissa Naylor here. 155 in the 8th, working on the split.
She will get 2 only.
Yeah, so max score of 194. And Miranda Panis with a max score of 266 if she strikes out. So Miranda Panis will probably, with this game,
She'll
Sarah
probably
Klassen off to the left of our screen will shoot 215. So Miranda with a possible leapfrog into second, as Jennifer Bassana has a comfortable lead in first. And Jennifer Bassana can strike out for 201. So giving a couple of pins back to the field, but you know, with a 200 pin gap over second.
Yeah, you have to focus on second, not first. But on the other hand, Jennifer has to stay down the earth. You know, if she thinks that she will be finished and it will be a walk in the park, this could cause trouble for her. Xavier Marier, merci pour ta question. Oui. Donc, non, il n'y a aucun match play présentement et il n'y a aucune quille bonus qui sont ajoutées. Alors, on continue avec la bonne vieille formule de 6 parties, total des quilles abattues. En fait, on en joue 5. Ensuite, on prend une petite pause. On va replacer les joueurs en ordre du premier au dernier. Et c'est comme ça qu'on va placer les joueurs sur les allées. C'est une formule différente d'un peu de ce qu'on a connu par le passé lorsque nous avons joué les championnats canadiens, Marc et moi. Alors, voici le fonctionnement.
Comment vont les deux Québécois dans la liste? Bonne question. Ils sont où?
Ben, Mathis est complètement à l'autre bout, donc c'est difficile de voir. Mais cependant, Mathis devrait être sur les allées 47-48, si je m'abuse.
On voit des scores dans pas mal tous les carreaux, donc ça veut dire que c'est pas une lignée d'abat. Ça ressemble à être comme un haut 180 d'ici.
Je peux aller voir.
Merci, Guillaume. Les résultats, ils sont en dessous. Ils défilent. On est dans la première partie de la journée, donc on attend de voir qu'est-ce que ça va être. Une fois que tout le monde va changer d'allée, on va pouvoir sortir les résultats. Ça s'en vient. Merci pour votre patience, les amis. Bonjour à tous. Welcome, everyone. That is correct. Bowl 1968. Thanks for being with us this whole time. Who are we speaking to? We need to know. The man behind, or the man or the woman behind the screen name. So this morning they are playing an additional 6 games. Total pinfall will continue from the other 2 days. And basically what the bowlers are trying to do is make the top 6, because the top 6 is going to ensure your spot on the national team. And we are cutting for TV purposes to the top 3 to determine who will be our national champion. However, in the bowlers' brains right now, it is top 6 that is on the top of their mind. Donc, présentement, on joue 6 parties, total d'équipes abattues qui va être additionné au reste de leur score. Puis ce que les joueurs veulent faire, c'est rester dans le top 6 parce que c'est le top 6 qui va faire l'équipe canadienne. Ensuite, dans le fond, pour la télé, dans le fond, pour notre chaîne YouTube, ils vont couper au top 3 pour faire une petite émission de style, PBA, si on veut, pour déterminer notre champion national, le top 3. Donc, Mathis, 187 pour la première partie.
Et François, c'est 151.
E-boy.
E-boy, certain.
Wow.
Il a laissé, comme tu peux le voir ici, les quilles 4 et 10 au 10e carreau. Et ce que j'ai entendu, c'était pas des mots d'amour. Donc, on a ça ici comme résultat à l'autre bout. Ensuite, nous avons Darren Alexander qui avait 102 au 6e avec un double. Austin Ducharme, c'était 109 au 8e marque. 109. Et en tout cas,
Il doit 20 burpees, ce game-là, de 30 burpees.
c'est ça, parce que là, je pense qu'il y a juste lui à blâmer avec 1, 2, 3, 4 carreaux verts et c'est pas des trous de ce qu'on voit ici. Ensuite, ben, on avait NB. NB, je me souviens plus c'est qui.
Nicholas Blagojevich.
Voilà. Regarde ça, Marc, il y avait une possibilité de 260.
Il a ouvert le deuxième au 10.
Ouais, donc dans
240.
252, je pense.
Felicia finalement avec un abat. Felicia finally with a strike.
Oh boy.
Trying to squeeze out 176.
First strike in her game. And big game also by Karine Bouchard. 254, Karine Bouchard.
Karine Bouff, ouais. 254 pour Karine.
For the first strike was in the fourth, and she went off the sheet. Fantastic, Karine Bouchard.
Curve. Ouh.
Hey, here's the second one.
Ouais, elle se donne une petite tape sur le dos.
Gars, on prend ce qui passe, le rendu là.
Little tap on the back there.
Mais quand même, mentionnons la série de réserves qu'elle a réussi à faire.
Ah, certain, oui.
Ça fait partie des caractéristiques de Felicia, de rester calme, rester positive, aller chercher toutes ses quilles, travailler fort.
Ben écoute, on a parlé pas mal toute la semaine. C'est quoi la clé au Team Trials?
Les réserves.
Les réserves. Puis là, on voit une clinique de réserve commence avec open, et ensuite
Pas des comptes faciles
7,
non plus. là.
ouais, c'est ça. 6 spares, 9 spares, 9 spares, 6 spares. Des 6 spares, ça fait peur.
Oui.
Ça donne des cauchemars la nuit, ça. Puis, c'est ça. Puis c'est la raison pourquoi elle a fait je sais pas combien d'équipes nationales dans sa vie, mais
C'est parce qu'elle a fait ses réserves
C'est ça.
jusqu'au bout.
ouais.
Ça la gardait dans le match toujours.
Puis on l'a vu hier. On a vu la chute libre de Ethan Belenko hier à cause des spares.
Exactement.
Également avec Darren Alexander qui a joué 165 de moyenne durant le troisième bloc. Donc ça, c'est toutes des spares. So we see spares saving Felicia, shooting still a 176, but however salvaging with 7 spares in a row. Could have been a hell of a lot worse with some flagged spares there. So Guillaume has left. He is going to get the scores updated for us ASAP. Again, everyone, welcome to the stream. My name is Mark Buffa. This morning, 6 games will determine the top 6 bowlers who will represent Canada in international competition. We are cutting to 3, however, for the show purposes, as we will be doing a step ladder later on this morning. Donc, encore une fois, on joue 6 parties ce matin. Les joueurs veulent rester dans le top 6 pour faire partie de l'équipe nationale pour représenter le Canada à travers le monde. Cependant, nous allons faire une coupure au top 3 pour vous donner une finale de style télévisé pour vous. Okay, women are still getting set up. Let's cut back to the men since they are bowling. Ooh, not a great start for Uncle Artie. We see here Nicholas Blagojevich with a 250 in game 1 and a strike in the first frame. So product of McKendree college program, second year on the team. Shout out to his teammates and all the coaches, Brian and the crew. Hope all is well. François avec un compte de 8 dans son premier carreau laisse la 4-7. So François with still a rough start. Going through the face, leaving the 4-7. cut back to the women now that have started. On the one of the feature pairs that we've got here, we have Sarah Klassen now on screen. All right, Art with the spare in the first, or second. So open spare for Art. Mitch Huppé with a strike in the first. Donc Mitch Huppé avec un abat au premier carreau. Nous allons voir Mathis Blanchette à votre gauche. Donc vous allez le voir un peu ici puis là sur l'écran. Retournons voir Karine Bouchard qui a un début monstre avec une partie de 250. Joue avec une boule relativement forte avec la Rotogrip Gem. So using a pretty strong ball with the Rotogrip Gem here. Great shot by Tiff to the right of your screen. Let's have a look at our tournament leader on the women's side here in Jennifer Bassana. On the right of your screen, on lane 43. Strike in the first frame, going for a big double. Ooh, bad shot. Winnipeg's own Lynn Gauthier, one of my past teammates. Glad to see her still out on the lanes competing. Member of the women's senior national team, determined yesterday. Let's cut back to Tiff. Ring 10. All right, Jordan's got to start figuring something out here. Split again. Mathis aussi avec un petit split ici, la 4-10. Strike for Uncle Artie. Mathis va être à gauche sur l'allée 47 et finalement un abat sur le tableau. Fait 2 abats qu'il fait sur l'allée de gauche. Les scores sont maintenant à jour sur Internet. Je vais mettre à jour l'écran, ce ne sera pas long. OK, donc les scores. So top 3 right now for the men, Jordan Klassen, Mitch Huppé, and Graham Fa. 40-pin gap for Taylor and Jordan, so the gap is widening, Guillaume. Also, on the women's side, Jennifer Bassana, Miranda Panis, and Sarah Klassen. So only a 15-pin affair here between Sarah and Miranda. However, Jennifer still has a nice 140 some odd pin cushion, 150 pins. And then for the cut, only 7 pins, 8 pins between Felicia Wong and Marissa Naylor. And also still even tight with Cody McMaster, so only 15 pins between 4th and 7th, right? So really good there.
Et Marc, on a vu un bond de géant de la part de Karine.
Oui.
Elle est rendue 5e et elle était quand même assez basse au classement. Donc, son 254
l'a vraiment aidé.
A payé, oui.
Donc, c'est ça. Also on the men's side, Nicholas Blagojevic, 70-pin gap between him and William Burns. So, Jordan Jung having a bad start there, and even Darren Alexander. What did Darren shoot? 175. So again, the beauty with the score sheet is that you could just click on anyone's name and definitely check it out. So Mathis maintenant dépasse François Lavoie.
Exact. Mathis était 12e au départ de la journée.
Et comme on avait vu, un départ désastreux pour François Lavoie.
Alors même une partie de 180 a permis à Mathis de prendre 2 positions.
Ouais. Puis je vais vous le dire qu'aujourd'hui, on a eu la question hier, est-ce que François joue blessé? Hier, ce n'était pas le cas, mais aujourd'hui, c'est le cas.
OK.
Ouais.
Une blessure au haut de la ceinture, au bas de la ceinture.
Au bas de la ceinture, un pied. Donc, vous pouvez imaginer qu'est-ce qui s'est passé. Je vais le laisser à ça. So we had a question yesterday if François was bowling injured. Yesterday was not the case, however, today is. Let's just say it was a self-inflicted lower body injury during yesterday's competition. I'm slacking here. I didn't update the ticker, Guillaume. That's right. If you guys think I'm a slacker, hit the like button.
So Felicia is pursuing her spare shooting clinic. 8 spare, strike, 8 spare. And now, here is Karine Bouchard. Le retour de Karine qui, surprenamment, a fait un dallo à son deuxième carreau. Heureusement, il a fait la réserve. Ça devrait être meilleur se lancer ici. Elle frappe bien la poche quand même. Frappe très bien la poche. C'est juste une question de faire tomber les quilles de coin, j'ai l'impression, comme on vient de voir ici avec la quille numéro 10. Mais c'est Brad qui doit être très heureux de voir sa protégée jouer ainsi. Et Karine, c'est pas la première fois qu'elle s'essaie. Ça fait plusieurs fois. Elle travaille fort. Donc, ça serait la moindre des choses qu'elle puisse se classer parmi le top 6 et réaliser un rêve de porter les couleurs du Canada lors d'une prochaine compétition. Nicolas Blagojevic, devant vous, avait eu un mauvais départ. Il laisse la
Non, il y avait un bon
10.
départ. OK, ouais, un bon départ de la première game, mais pas un bon départ cette game-là.
Et ça avance vite, déjà mi-chemin dans cette deuxième rencontre.
Guillaume, I asked him to hit the like button if I was a slacker, and Robert Greco's giving it to us here. Too bad you can only press the like button once. Thanks, brother. And I'm glad that the likes went up, so I guess I can leave now if I'm slacking, right? So
But if you leave, what am I going to do?
you're going to entertain the people.
Yeah, but I'm just the voice of bowling. I'm not the
You're not the brain.
I'm not the brain. I'm not the artist of bowling. Just the voice.
Well, looking at the scorecards right now, a lot of these bowlers are becoming artists because they are leaving some nice designs on the scoreboards right now. Mitch Hupe with a 3-bagger. He always seems so cool, calm, and collective. He's like the 2022 version of a hippie, right?
Kind of. But sometimes it's frustrating because you cannot read what he's thinking. Like, is he happy? Is he not feeling okay? We have no idea.
All right, Jordan Klassen, baby split. Let's go see Lynn Gauthier here. Strike, spare, spare, spare. Oof,
Ooh,
ring
the
10.
6-pin around the 10.
Let's go back to Mitch.
No chance.
Ooh, high flush.
Cheveux au vent.
Sampson. Let's
Et,
see if Jordan can pick up the spare.
On devrait être bon, Marc. Non, malheureusement. On devrait être bon pour montrer Mathis, certainement, à son prochain carreau, ou un de ses prochains carreaux, parce qu'il va être sur l'allée 48 très bientôt, je pense maintenant. Donc oui, Mathis va être sur 48. On garde un œil attentif. Dès qu'il se présente sur les allées, vous allez pouvoir le voir à la gauche complètement.
Donc, Alex Fortin, merci d'être avec nous encore. Félicitations pour votre événement à la Clermontaine, encore une fois. Oui, les scores cumulent. Et il n'y a aucun point boni, c'est pas de match play.
Exact.
So the question in the chat in French, for those of you who need a French lesson, that's why you're tuned into this channel. Good morning. Do these scores accumulate with the other 2 days? And the answer is yes. This is not match play, so there's no bonus. No bonus for a win. It's just strictly 6 games. Total pinfall. So Lynn Gauthier is still putting on a spare clinic here for us. And Jill Freeze, almost getting the super washout there. Let's go back to Uncle Artie here. What's he got? He's going to squeeze out a low 200 hopefully here. Okay.
And here's the emotion that we
That's
know
it.
Art.
You know, it was funny yesterday. I went to have some ice cream with Frankie and Mitch last night, and they were laughing at Art because they don't know him as well as I do. I've bowled so many years with him on the team, and Mitch was like, he's so emotional with his whole body, and it's like when he gets into it, it's like his whole body just like yes, it's like, and I was like, well, that's what it is, you know, like, and he's the complete polar opposite.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Est-ce que tu peux mettre... Ah non, ben on est correct dans le fond. Mathis là, va être à la gauche complètement de votre écran. Vous allez le voir tranquillement faire son approche. Présentement, là, on ne le voit pas, mais soyez attentifs. Il est là, c'est son 6e carreau. 75 au 5e. Son lancé. Oh! S'en va à gauche. Les 2 mains dans le dos. Il le savait dès le départ que ce n'était pas à son goût, mais bon, ça fait la job. Oh, il y avait une petite quille de cachet chez Mitch, la quille numéro 9. C'est son 2e carreau vert de la rencontre. 2 fois des comptes de 7 et 2 fois des carreaux verts. 173 au 8e carreau. Ça va vite.
Team Will Burns is here again. I'm not going to make the Barnes mistake again. Called him Will Barnes last time.
Whoops.
Yeah,
Never again, Mark.
no good. Let's go.
Well, you said it yourself. You're a slacker.
That's it.
Strike for Mitch, first in the 10th.
All right, let's cut back to the women here for a sec.
We have Brittany
Oh,
Roken.
we have
No, whoop.
an attempt at a split here for
Sarah
the
Klassen.
PBA washout. So Sarah Klassen, 82 in the 6th. Taking a deep breath off screen here, trying to regroup. We'll see her here on the left lane.
And compared to the other days, there is not much time to regroup. Only 1 bowler per lane.
Going light 2-pin. Walking backwards means the hamster is rolling around in the head, right? Giving the pins the long stare back. Why aren't you falling? Donnie Hogue next to the booth, trying to get some air, get some inspiration from Guillaume and I, get some knowledge for next year's event. A new member to the senior national team.
Representing la belle province.
Yeah, representing Quebec.
And a little bit of the US at
Yeah.
the same time.
All right, Uncle Artie here. Clean up. There you go.
Good spare for Artie. This
Okay.
was his ninth frame. And Matisse going for 3 in a row. Too light, leaving the 2 pin.
François finalement avec un abat. François finally with a strike. Had a 3-bagger there in the middle of the game, so will be better than 180, that's for sure. Let's cut back to Felicia here. Strike for Felicia. 102 with an open in the 6th, striking in the 7th. Let's go to Lynn. Again, Team Canada veteran putting on a spare clinic.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with spares.
Yep. Brittany Roken having a pretty good game here. Spare, strike, spare, strike. I think that's good. 9 spare strike.
Yeah, she would love a no tap here.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what you want. Well, you want an 8-bagger, but
Yeah, but at least it means you hit the pocket and
That's
you
right.
leave pins that are sparable. Jen Besana with another double. Possibility of 237 if she gets 3 strikes in the 10th. Another 9 count for Brittany. Hey, Mathis. Ouh! Ça me fait mal quand je vois ça. Il a manqué la quille 4 par 1000.
hey boy. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Le résultat
C'est
d'un spare manqué.
c'est des burpees, c'est
Des
ça? Hein?
burpees, 10 burpees. Si vous ne savez pas c'est quoi un burpee, Mathis peut vous montrer c'est quoi.
S'il ne sait pas, il va apprendre.
Il va apprendre.
Frank doit prendre des notes en arrière justement pour garder le compte des burpees à Mathis. Karine Bouchard va s'élancer pour la réserve. Elle a manqué la quille 1. Ça lui prendrait ça pour rester propre, comme on dit en anglais. C'est réussi, malgré le fait que les quilles n'ont pas été couvertes comme on le voit dans le livre, dans le grand livre des réserves, mais c'est bon pareil pour la réserve. Et Jennifer Bessana, vous voyez, 2 doubles, des réserves à profusion, possibilité de 215. Avec ça, on va loin. Et là, ça va être plus dur pour Brittany de faire la réserve. Les quilles 4-5, la boule est arrivée. Morte, morte, morte. Dans le triangle. Sarah Klassen réussit la réserve à son tour. Pour Sarah, c'est une partie propre. Tous les carreaux sont fermés pour l'instant. Karine s'élance à nouveau et là, c'est plutôt difficile cette fois-ci. On lance un peu à la Christopher Bédard-Chagnon, c'est-à-dire sprinkler. Ça va un peu tout partout, les boules à Karine. Présentement, est-ce que c'est elle? Est-ce que c'est l'allée qui lui joue des tours ou les allées qui lui jouent des tours? Souvenez-vous, plusieurs personnes ont dit cette semaine que chaque paire était très différente. Alors, c'est peut-être ce que Karine est en train de vivre présentement. Et aussi, disons-le, les filles n'ont pas joué ces allées-là. Les filles ont toujours joué des allées 21 à 32 ou encore de 13 à 32. Et là, elles s'élancent sur les allées 33 à 44. Alors, peut-être que ça peut leur jouer des tours. Elles avaient eu le temps de prendre des notes sur chacune des paires lors des 2 premières journées, mais là, elles arrivent sur quelque chose de nouveau. Alors, ça peut jouer des tours. So I was just saying that lanes could be a little bit trickier here for the ladies since they bowled the first 2 days from lane 21 to 32 or from 13 to 32. and this morning they bowled from 33 to 44, so these are like brand new lanes for them. They haven't bowled on these lanes before. So, you know, during the first 2 days you can take some notes in your notebook to say, okay, this lane reacted this way, that lane reacted that way, and then next game you bowled on this specific pair. You can adjust yourself faster because of these notes that you have. But now it's like a brand new ball game. You get on these lanes and it's a new experience every single game that you bowl. So this is probably why at this moment Karine is having some issues with lane 37 and 38. She bowled phenomenal the first game with 254, and now she only has one strike, but good news, she spared the 5 other frames. Effectivement, Chris, fallait que tu sois là pour que je parle de toi. On n'a pas le choix. Un sprinkler, c'est un sprinkler. Tu vas vivre et mourir avec ce nom de famille, avec ce surnom, Chris, mais tu sais, on t'aime beaucoup et ça fait ta marque de commerce. D'ailleurs, Chris, qui est dans la salle de discussion présentement, félicitations pour ta performance au USBC Master. Dernièrement, je pense que tu as appris beaucoup. On apprend toujours dans des types d'événements comme ça, mais c'est surtout, et je tiens à le mentionner, tous les efforts que tu y as mis les semaines précédant le USBC Master. Tu as percé du nouvel équipement chez nous. Tu es venu les samedis prendre des cours avec Frank. Tu as passé beaucoup de temps. Tu as été très sérieux dans ta démarche et on a vu qu'est-ce que ça a donné. Alors, bravo à toi, Chris. On est très fiers et on espère que tu vas pouvoir continuer et te représenter à nouveau dans des événements similaires à ceux-là. In case you didn't know, Chris Bedard-Chagnon, who is in the chat room, bowled the USBC Masters recently, and he did really good. We are really proud of what he did there. And you know, hard work always pays off. So as soon as the bowling centers could reopen, he drilled a couple of new balls. He went to the office to work with Frank most of the Saturdays before he flew to the USBC Masters. He took it very seriously. He made the efforts, and also he practiced a lot at home. And thanks for his dad having a bowling center, but still, he was really serious and he did really good. So Chris, we hope that you will be back. Keep bowling well, and even though you are more and more consistent, you will remain the sprinkler. Donc, les hommes ont terminé. Les femmes ont presque terminé. Permettez-moi de vous quitter quelques minutes. Je vais aller mettre les pointages à jour pour les hommes. Et pour les femmes, ça ne tardera pas non plus. Here we have a question from Michael Altman. How many games left for Sarah Klassen? Well, there are already 2 games bowled. Well, the ladies are almost finished with game number 2. After that, everyone will still have 3 games to bowl. Then we take a short break, and there will be a position round for 1 game of bowling. And after that, top 6 will make the team. Top 3 will keep going to bowl a stepladder final. Alors, je reviens, je vais mettre les pointages à jour. Let me give you a couple of minutes and I'll be right back with some updated scores for the men. And for the women, let's say in the next 5 minutes, scores will be updated.
Je peux parler si tu veux. Dis un mot pour 5 minutes.
Alors, petite surprise tout le monde, pendant mon absence et pendant que Marc aussi est sur le terrain à ajuster les caméras, c'est Frank qui va venir prendre la relève, il va venir nous dire quelques mots. Alors profitez-en, le grand Frank Buffa va venir vous placoter ça un tout petit peu. So while I will be away to get some scores and while Mark is doing his magic on the lanes, but I noticed that he is back, Frank will join Mark for a couple of minutes.
Donc, bonjour à tous de retour.
Oui, bonjour à tous. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the final day of the trials. Not easy out there, Mark, today. A lot of bowlers are struggling.
That was what was expected.
Yeah, which is good, which is good. Spirit is a premium today. Ouais.
OK, donc Karine Bouchard ici qui va terminer sa game, espérons, avec un petit 190. Peut jouer 202, c'est-à-dire, excusez. Et Marissa Naylor avec un possible 214. So, Marissa Naylor and Karine Bouchard still waiting to complete game 2. Karine can punch out for
192.
192.
Yeah.
And Marissa Naylor can punch out for 214. OK, retournons voir. Nous avons maintenant Mathis sur notre repère en vedette. Mathis Blanchette, 9 super, strike 9. The women are completing game 2, so they're going into game 3. This is 6 games this morning. Go back to the women's pair here that's just finishing up. Strike in the 10th for Karine. Donc un abat. Ouh. OK. Laisse la 5. Elle va jouer 182 cette partie-là. Elle a quand même joué 250 la première, donc c'est vraiment pas mauvais. Présentement, elle était en 5e position à quelques quilles de Cody McMaster. J'ai aucune idée qu'est-ce que Cody a joué. On va avoir les résultats sous peu. Puis Marissa Naylor aussi n'était pas si loin derrière, mais Marissa peut dépasser Karine maintenant avec cette partie. So Marissa can now go around Karine for the 6th spot, for the 5th spot, excuse me, with a good 10th frame here. Swing back to the boys here. All right, back to Marissa Naylor here, who could go around Karine Bouchard this game. Looks good. Ooh. All right, fans of Darren Alexander finally on the screen. Looks like he's got 368 after 2. Francois Lavoie off screen with another flagged single pin. Another 10 burpees. And Marissa Naylor with the double in the 10th that I missed. Sorry about that. So Marissa might actually, with a big game like this, 214, depending on what Cody shot, might be in 4th. I need to find out and see what Cody shot that game. Great game. Great game. All right, let's see if we got the men's scores updated. Men's scores are now updated on the website, buffabowling.com/live. Click on the results. So, Nicholas Blagojevich now in the top 6. Darren Alexander is now out. 175, 190. Well, he was already out, I think. Mitch Hupé still 110 pins back. Taylor Maxner still 40 pins out of the top 3 with Jordan Clausen. Art Oliver still holding his own, but only 30 pins behind Nicholas Blagojevich and 40 pins separating Nicholas and Jordan Jung. What did Jordan shoot that game? 199. So 150, 190. Team Will. William Burns. Let's refresh the page here. .214, 181 for William Burns. And we will get the women's scores now updated. Won't be long. So again, head over to buffabowling.com/live, click on the results link, and make sure you bookmark it. So we are fast tracking here, already in the 6th frame. Nicholas Blagojevich, double, open, open, open. As we see on screen right now. So the kid made it into the top 6 and is now how many pins is Metsis behind? About 110. All right, finally back on the strike train. Darren Alexander is about 80, 75 pins out. So Darren needs to finally shoot a 200 game here today. Looking to, right now on a Dutch pace. Strike, spare strike, spare strike, spare strike. We've got a breakdown on 49. Let's see what's going on there. Let's get back to the women here for a sec. Let's hit the refresh button on the women, see if we've got an update. Still not. Merci. Okay, women's scores are now updated. Guillaume's back. So, donc, comme je disais, Marissa Naylor maintenant en quatrième. So, as I guessed, with Marissa Naylor's 2-14 game, has now jumped from 6th to 4th. So, still a tight race here. Felicia Wong on the outside looking in, but only by 7 sticks behind Karine Bouchard. So, still a bit scary there. Brittany Rocan can still make a run, only 44 pins back. And Lynn Gauthier, 80 pins back. So, you know, you never know with a good 3-game set here to finish off the back half. Or 4-game set, excuse me. So still a 200 pin gap here with Jennifer Bassana, and 30 pins between Naylor and Sarah for the 3rd spot. And we see that a family affair in the 3rd spot, brother and sister right there. Good to go. All right, excellent.
Marc, si tu permets, j'aimerais ça prendre juste un petit instant pour corriger quelque chose que j'ai dit cette semaine,
Okay.
qui est venu à mes oreilles. J'ai mentionné, je me souviens plus si c'est hier ou avant-hier, que c'est Jill Freeze qui avait été nommée quilleuse de l'année senior. J'ai fait une erreur. C'est plutôt Deb Lee de Colombie-Britannique qui a reçu le titre. Évidemment, les deux joueuses ont connu des années exceptionnelles. Jill Freeze est ici en fin de semaine, Deb Lee ne l'est pas. Alors, je me suis fourvoyé un petit peu là-dessus. Je tiens à m'en excuser et bien sûr à féliciter Deb Lee pour l'honneur qu'elle a reçu cette année d'être nommée joueuse de l'année. Just before continuing the description of this on this final day, I just want to apologize for something. I said something about a bowler of the year, and I really thought it was Jill Freeze because she had a phenomenal year. And she is here as well this week to bowl the Canadian team trials. However, the bowler of the year, and you know it was a close race. The two of them were really close at the finish line. So I really want to apologize for that, and I want to say big congrats to Deb Lee. Obviously, you are missing us this week, and I hope that you will come back next year to get your place once again on the national team, the senior national team. So congrats to Deb Lee. On est en train de mettre à jour, ou Marc, je devrais plutôt dire, est en train de mettre à jour les résultats au bas de l'écran. Et là, il va y avoir vraiment une bonne différence parce que les hommes sont déjà rendus au 8e carreau. J'ai rien vu aller. Alors que les femmes, le rythme est beaucoup plus lent cette partie-ci. Donc, ils ont pris, disons, du retard sur les hommes. 2-3 carreaux seulement de jouer pour les femmes. Alors, on ne pourra pas suivre en même temps les deux blocs, mais on va tout donner quand même pour que vous soyez à la page. Très important toujours de vous rendre sur le buffaballing.com/live pour obtenir le lien des résultats Lexair. Si vous ne le savez pas déjà, faites-le dès maintenant. Gardez votre onglet ouvert et rafraîchissez lorsque on revient et vous allez avoir les parties à jour. Et aussi, super important, cliquez sur le nom du joueur. Ça va vous permettre d'avoir les résultats que Marc, des fois, est capable de vous donner. On est capable de voir vraiment les parties qui ont été jouées. So now there is a delay between the ladies and the men. The men are already, well, they are close to ending their 3rd game, and the ladies are only in the 2nd, 3rd frame. So there is a big gap here. We will try to do our best to keep the scores always live updated. So you have to go to the bufabowling.com/live. Enter this in your address bar, then save the tab. Save the tab, refresh the tab. You will always have the results of the boy, Cody. Wow. Sorry, that was just in front of me, missing a 5-pin.
That's five extra burpees, so that's 15.
Plus,
And Marissa Naylor still striking. Spare double for Marissa Naylor. Excusez-moi.
je pense qu'on t'a entendu dans mon micro.
Cody McMaster 10-pin after the 5-pin whiff. Jordan Klassen keeping it clean. Austin Ducharme shaking his head. After a double. Okay.
You should be happy. You should be, yeah, I made it. One more in the 10th, come on. Try to stay positive.
Let's go to Sarah Klassen, see if she can convert here. Strike, spare, spare, spare. Trying to bounce around to always get a shot in. It's relatively slow.
Spare for Mitch.
Donc Mathis Blanchette ici doit finir plein pour jouer 199.
Et d'un. Donc Mathis a eu. Non. Non, c'est plutôt l'inverse, Marc, si tu me permets. Mathis peut faire 185. Avec un autre abat, c'est Nicholas qui peut faire 199.
Ah, OK. Merci pour la correction.
Dommage pour Mathis parce qu'au 8e, il y avait là-bas. 9e, un trou. Ça aurait pu lui permettre de gruger un petit peu plus de quilles des fois. Il a passé du 10e au 11e rang. Et voilà. 3e, abat au 10e, 185. Et pour Blagojevic, c'est dommage, mais 3e, 4e, 5e carreau, 2 trous et une réserve coupée. Aïe aïe! C'est pas le moment de faire des trucs du genre. Il est à l'écran d'ailleurs, Nicholas Blagojevic.
Darren with a possible 250 this game.
Wow, parfait. Les quilles n'ont eu aucune chance sur ce lancer. Chose certaine, ce n'est pas les trous qui manquent aujourd'hui. Austin termine avec 210.
Ouh.
Hart, un abat à droite. C'est pas dans ses habitudes, ça. Même, je reste pas dans les habitudes de gaucher d'aller de l'autre côté habituellement.
So Guillaume, we have a request in the chat for you to go and do some work with the JR Pro Shop guys next.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I don't know how good the clinic would be with Guillaume, but
It would be
it would
something.
be entertaining.
Yeah, it would be unique.
Entertaining. Maybe not information packed, but it would be entertaining for sure.
Next trip to BC, we have to
It would
plan
be,
this.
hey Mark, can you make a presentation for me? Okay,
But I'm a good teacher, so I can
that's it. Yeah.
rephrase
Yeah.
all of this.
So if someone, I will need to check with Mark.
rough start for Jennifer Besana this game. Open strike, spare, split, spare. Lots of low counts. It's tough this morning. 225 for former Team Canada member and maybe new Team Canada member, Art Oliver. We'll see how it goes at the end of the day. One more frame to go, and we will have results for the men.
I'll go back to Sarah. Eef. Going high. Crossover strike by Marissa Naylor that we see on the right. So spare, double, spare, strike.
Brittany got the strike, and that makes a double for her. Cody, what is happening to Cody?
All right, so all the guys are done except for
Will
Team
Burns.
Burns, I said it again. Aye. All right,
So Cody here is struggling a lot.
here, Guillaume, you're gonna like this comment.
Boom! Thanks, Joe.
Cody through
Seven
the beak
count now.
again.
Let's see if she can recover. Refocus, get the spare. Where is she in the standing, Mark? She is fifth. Oh, so there's no joke here.
20 pins behind Karine Bouchard. So let's get Karine on the screen here.
Karine has
She is.
69 in the fifth. Trying to spare this pin, which she does. Good spare. Great cover. So there is no way we can say like who is going to finish this race in which position except for Jennifer Besana. She's far. She's all by herself. And this is Taylor Maxner waiting also to finish his game. Je dirais qu'on va peut-être voir un changement d'équipement de la part de Cody. Whoops. Big four for Jennifer. Alors, c'est terminé chez les hommes. Marc, je m'en vais à la chasse aux résultats. Je reviens.
So game 3 now done for the men. Go Taylor. He didn't look too happy at the end of that game, so we will see. He was at the complete end of the house, so we didn't see what he shot. Donc, est-ce que je crois que ça va être dans la même semaine l'année prochaine? Pas certain. D'après moi, ça va retourner au mois de janvier, puis espérons à Montréal. On risque d'avoir des nouvelles là-dessus sûrement à la fin de l'événement. Je pense que l'équipe de la CTF veut juste compléter avant de passer à l'année prochaine. Tout ce que je sais, ce que je peux partager, c'est que pour ce que l'équipe canadienne reçoive de l'aide gouvernementale de Sport Canada, il fallait que ce championnat canadien se déroule avant le 30 mars. Puis, ils ont été capables de l'avancer d'une semaine. Ils ont eu la permission de faire ça. C'est la raison pourquoi c'est cette date. Mais typiquement, ça devrait être fait avant le mois de mars. On dirait que le cut-off, c'est cette date-là. So the question was, what's happening next year? I think the CTF right now is just focusing on completing this event. It's run smoothly from A to Z. So there's that. Next off, the other thing that I do know that I can share is that, this relies, the national team relies heavily on the funding from Sport Canada. And with that, Sport Canada has to have a national championship held, and I believe that the deadline was March 30th. Don't quote me on that, but I think that was the case because they did get an extension of a week for this year's event, and that's why Kathy had to move it here to Ontario because of the looser COVID restrictions versus Quebec. So it was a little bit of an easier call to do it here. So I do know that there was a cutoff date of late March. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to the originally intended January date. Again, don't quote me on that, but that's just me guessing. Okay, scores are now updated. On the men's side, so let's wait for Sarah to shoot her spare. And let's now talk scores. So, no changes in the top three. Taylor Maxner. What did he shoot the last game? Refresh. Okay. So 150, 150, 190. So not a good start of the day for Taylor. Our friend Art Oliver doing pretty good. 625. And fan favorite Darren Alexander finally with a good game of 239 on lanes 51. And everyone is waiting to see what Francois Lavoie is going to pull out of his hat. And he will get a patch for back-to-back 200 games. And I'll put him on the feature pair since he's there. Brittany Rocan. Let me put her on screen here for a bit because she's going for something pretty big here. So Brittany Rocan can strike out for 241. With an oldie but goodie Rotogrip Haywire. And she's making a run for it. She's got 130 pins to catch up to Felicia. And Felicia Wong is very far away from me right now, can shoot 205 with a spare and a strike in the 10th. So she is going to lessen the gap. And Karine Bouchard, where's Karine? Karine Bouchard is in deep trouble here with a max score of 165 possible. Oof. So Felicia will go around Karine Bouchard. Cody McMaster salvaging a 199 possibly. Or no, sorry, 202. So 239 for Brittany Rocan. Let's go back to the men here for a bit. So there's going to be a little bit of flip-flopping on the women's side. It's pretty close. Donc il va y avoir un petit changement chez les femmes ici, vu qu'elles sont toutes près de l'une de l'autre. Kevin Hill, will there be a senior division again next year? Yes, every team trials has a senior and junior category. Let's update the ticker for the men. Okay, men's scores are now updated on the screen. Again, buffabowling.com/live. Click the results link, and you can see all the pinfall results, all the game results, the cross, what they average per lane, how many spares they flagged. You can see all that and the stats if you click on your favorite bowler's name once you're on the Lexer stats page. Bon, François Lavoie s'est réveillé finalement. 4 à bas. Spare, strike. So Frankie finally waking up here. 4-bagger, spare, strike. Austin Ducharme, 300, day one. Spare, double, open, strike. Marissa Naylor shot 215 that game. Any idea why 6 men and women qualify but only 4 in each other division? At the world level, the senior and youth events, they are a limited roster, so basically only 4 and 4. Whereas at the world stage on the adult side, it's usually teams of 5. So since the pool of bowlers, maybe here in Canada and the US, is a little bit bigger, however abroad it is not the case. There are certain countries that have a hard time filling a larger roster, so 4 seems to be a good manageable number, especially in the in some of the smaller countries. So when you go to these world championships, there's countries from all walks of life. So sometimes having a full squad, like when we go to the world championships, and when I mean we, it's when I was on the team, there were teams that would only send maybe 2 or 3 guys, and they would just be eligible for the singles or doubles portions. But the team events, they would basically just be pacers. So that's the reason why on the youth and senior side, since just overall there's less of them, and it's harder for a federation other than the Canadian Federation to fill a team. So the World 10-Pin Federation basically limits the amount of bowlers on the youth and senior sides. Excellent lancer de la part de François, qui peut jouer 2,59 s'il finit plein. Donc oui, c'est sûr que Mathis doit capoter un peu avec tout ça. C'est quand même assez intéressant de pouvoir jouer avec un de ses idoles, sûrement. Cependant, on s'est parlé un peu avant l'événement, puis j'ai dit « Aie confiance en tes habiletés. Si tu veux être un fanboy, tu le fais après le match, pas durant, s'il vous plaît. Focus sur ce que tu as à faire. C'est correct, c'est ton premier tournoi. Cependant, Mathis a une très bonne tête sur les épaules, puis je pense qu'il gère très bien ses émotions cette semaine. So in the chat, they were saying it must be a dream for Mathis to be bowling right now with François. Not in a head-to-head match, but still on the same pair. And I think it does, but we spoke a little bit before the event. He was going through a little bit of turmoil since he didn't qualify for the provincial team, so for Team Quebec to go to nationals on the youth side. So I had a talk with him last week, and even right before the event, after the practice session on Tuesday, and I told him, I said, you're going to see some pros out there, and it's okay to have a fanboy moment, but try to keep it for after the competition. Like during play, just focus on your shots and focus on your game. And I think he's managed that very well. Jake, thank you for the comment. Really appreciate it. And again, that's I think that's the explanation. It's don't take me for it's not doctrine what I'm saying, but having been to some of these events worldwide, I've been to I think 4 or 5 world championships. That's what I noticed. So yep. And the last time I bowled the youth world championships, the only time I bowled them was 2003 in Guam. And that was the first time I think that I had ever experienced dual patterns, long and short. And urethane was not a thing back then. Nobody used urethane. That started coming out around like 2005-ish, 6-ish, where all of a sudden what happened was at one of the Asian Games, the Koreans and Team Singapore, Remy Ong, I don't know if that says anything to you.
It's a left-hander from
they absolutely mauled the short patterns using like these old 90s urethane balls. Ebonite Regencies, and Remy made famous this black tank. It was just a ball with a little hand-drawn tank on it. I don't even know who made it. I think it was like a Korean manufacturer. And that's when everybody started to look for these 90s urethane balls, and that was the start of what we know today as the urethane revolution.
Yeah, right? Revolution, that's right. So what would you do before having this kind of revolution, urethane?
Well, when I made my first national team in 2003, that was the first team trials I bowled. I had 2 balls with a pin at I had one at a 2-inch pin, so from pin to PAP, so basically makes it very far to the right. And I had another one at 1 inch. I didn't really use that 1-inch one too much, and it was really just taking your hand out of it and just letting the lane hook it. So that was what everyone used to do then. I remember the first time we all bowled on the short pattern, everyone was trying to play fifth arrow because they were hooking so much. So that's definitely not what you want to do, right?
No.
So everybody has since learned how to manage the short pattern. And disaster finish for François Lavoie, open in the 9th and 10th for only 206.
But he is still going up. You know, he had 2 low games of in the 200s, but you know is now in a better position.
Yep.
So you don't have to score super big scores, super big games to get higher in the field. But where François is standing or where he started today, this will not be enough, unfortunately. He needs to go bigger and bigger.
Yep. Well, going back to that discussion about the pre-urethane era at this level with the long and short, it was fun to see what guys were trying. I remember we see June Transporto here walking around a little bit, and every ball driller was always trying to find an edge using the current equipment. So like there wasn't very much urethane that was new to the market, so you're always finding these old relics or using plugged balls. So it was like a challenge for the good ball drillers to try to recreate something. So I remember he had come up with this idea about putting, I think it was like a 215 degree mass bias on a strong ASIM ball. So let me, I guess, put myself on screen here. So typically what you'll see on your bowling ball is, you know, you'll have your grip and your mass bias for a righty will usually be like left of the thumb. And what he had tried to do was basically you put the pin a little bit lower, so the pin would be like close to your ring finger about here, but your mass bias would be way up here at like 230. And it really created a different shape down lane, but the ball just hooked too much. So like this was, if you remember in the Storm days, I was on Storm staff, like the Paradigm Passion and that type of stuff, because like you had to use something strong, and basically what it did is it just made the ball like hook super early and not do anything down lane. It was okay. I drilled maybe a ball or two of that. And also, if you remember, in 2005, when Patrick Gerard made his first TV show at the Dallas Open, the PBA show, he had done something that we were also trying at that time, and that was with the pin right above the thumb. So basically what it was a ball drilled upside down. And we saw Jacob Buttriff kind of do that lately at one of the events, where the pin was just right over the thumb and the CG was by the fingers. So that was another thing that just created the ball to hook super early and bail down lane. So in his early years of Patrick Gerard, he would just like to bang on it. Like he couldn't control his hand. So that was a way for the ball to like not overreact
to slow
down lane.
down a little bit.
Yeah. So, and actually shout out to Tim Thompson if he's watching. I think he has that ball in his shop. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. And if Patrick Gerard's watching,
Maybe you can tell.
the world champ, teammate, maybe he can let us know in the comments. Donc, on discutait de ma première expérience sur l'équipe nationale en 2003. Je disais que c'était une des premières expériences avec World Bowling qui faisait les doubles patrons de huilage. Puis dans ce temps-là, il n'y a personne qui savait que l'uréthane, c'était la réponse. Je me rappelle le premier Team Trials à Montréal que j'ai joué. On avait joué sur le court, puis je me rappelle comme c'était hier, Lionel Lewis qui essayait de jouer 5e flèche sur le frais.
C'était vraiment pas une bonne idée, on le sait aujourd'hui. Hein?
C'est ça. Puis moi-même, je l'ai même essayé avec une Eraser Particle dans le temps, ta boule fétiche. Puis c'est ça. C'était quand même très cool. Puis ce qui était intéressant dans ce temps-là, c'est il y avait les Jeux asiatiques, je pense en 2006, où est-ce que les Coréens, puis aussi Rem Young de Singapour, ont vraiment bien joué avec des boules en uréthane. Puis c'est ça qui a comme mené la charge
vers la révolution. Est-ce qu'on peut faire quelque chose?
C'est ça, il y a ça qui s'est passé à travers le monde. Puis là, tout d'un coup, OK, on fait ça. Puis tu m'avais posé la question, qu'est-ce qu'on faisait avant les boules en uréthane? Puis dans le fond, c'est là qu'on mettait les pins plus près du PAP. Donc, ce qui fait en sorte que la boule roule un peu plus tôt. Sauf que je trouve pas que c'est une bonne solution moderne aujourd'hui, là, quand les gens ils me demandent la question là-dessus. t'es
c'est parce
mieux
que-
de percer une boule en uréthane que de mettre une pin à 2 pouces. Parce que je trouve que elle rentre molle dans les quilles un peu. Puis juste aussi, une petite anecdote. Il y a 20 ans, là, faire l'équipe nationale, le top 6, là, ça prenait même pas 200 de moyenne.
Ben, c'est ça. Moi, je me souviens peut-être avoir gardé 204, 205 de moyenne quand j'ai fait l'équipe en terminant 6e, c'était 2009.
Oui.
Aujourd'hui, c'est pas la même chose du tout, là.
Non.
On est, ben, quoi qu'on est à... C'est quel joueur ici que tu regardes, Marc?
Je regarde juste pour voir la moyenne du 6e.
Ben, c'est ça, c'est 206 présentement.
Non, mais cumulé.
C'est 206.
206. Ouais. Donc, présentement, comme Nicholas Blagojevic, il joue 206 de moyenne. C'est comme 206 de moyenne, il y a 20 ans, aurait gagné le tournoi. Donc,
Ouais, exact.
comment je peux dire? Les avancements dans l'équipement, les avancements dans le coaching, tu sais, je disais, on essayait de jouer 5e flèche là-dessus. N'importe qui ici dans la bâtisse, s'il y a quelqu'un qui joue 5e flèche en ce moment, il va se faire donner une tape derrière la tête.
Ça
là.
sera pas très long.
C'est ça. So, what I was saying, like back 20 years ago, God, a long time ago.
Hey,
We didn't know how to play these short and long patterns, and we didn't have the right equipment to do it, as it wasn't readily available. And this is relatively new on the world bowling stage. Averaging 200, like, was a shoe-in to make the team. And right now, if you look at Nicholas Blagojevic, and I think if you ask the bowlers, they will tell you that this is a hard team trials, like a very low-scoring team trials, and he's averaging 206.
right.
But like if you go back 20 years, and when we started on these dual patterns, 206 would have probably been a leader, you know. So,
Absolutely. And if we look back at the couple of team trials we had before, we saw averages in the 220s. So, big difference this week at Classic Bowl with the scores.
so Bill Rowe was actually rooming with Patrick in Dallas. Am I correct in what I said? I believe I'm right. Like I'm pretty good with that, with those stats and anything that comes with balls and all. He was throwing a classic zone. No, was it a classic zone or an absolute inferno? I think it was an absolute inferno at the time. He was on Brunswick staff. But he had 2 of those balls that were drilled with the pin right above his thumb. Oh, I didn't update the women's scores. Again, if you think I'm a slacker, hit the like button.
And we will have to update the scores in a very short period of time. Darren Alexander, 183. Austin Ducharme, 208. Nicholas Blagojevic in 6th. Shot 193 with a split in the 10th. And Will Burns ends with 224. All right, guys, I'll be back.
You had one job, Mark. And you guys had one job to remind me. Haha. So since Bill Rowe's watching us and chatting with us, doing a little bit of back and forth here, and even Tyler Lee, with +4. Seeing the Canada-wide improvement on these patterns is awesome. It's just, just a change in performance here. And like I said, change in coaching. I think everybody understands how to bowl the patterns a little bit better today than what we did in the past. And Tyler, nice seeing you. I was hoping to see you this week. Sorry I missed you. All right, let's cut to the other women's pair here, see what's going on. So speaking of this urethane discussion, I guess Bill and maybe some of the other people that have competed, let's say, circa 15 years ago, what were some of the things that you had tried to combat the short without the readily availableness of balls such as, going back to even Storm Naturals, pitch blacks, and the infamous purple hammer urethane. So now the fact that these are readily available, it definitely makes things a little bit quote unquote easier for the bowlers, as you could basically just buy the performance. So I guess let us know down in the comments what were some of the tricks that you had used back then. Donc j'ai posé la question à Bill Rowe entre autres et aussi d'autres qui ont joué ce jeu à très très haut niveau. So G Money asking, is it urethane or low flaring equipment? At the time, the only thing to do was to try to do low flaring stuff. I remember when I went to the World Championships in 03, I had a Storm Razor wire, like triple polished, like this thing was a mirror. And I had the pin above the fingers around 4.5 inches, and I drilled a crater through the palm of the ball to take all the top weight out and make it very bottom heavy. That ball did not flare very much, and it just wobbled down the lane. So really enabled me to stay behind it and just control the front part of the lane. Didn't look pretty, but it was pretty effective. I finished 13th in the Masters that year. That was pretty cool. So. I'm trying to hide those webcam messages as best as I can. So yeah, G-Money, would it create as much carry down as urethane? I think it would, because they're not flaring, right? So basically you're always rolling over the same part of the ball. Yeah, you do have oil absorption on the reactive cover, but it's still not flaring very much. So all you're doing is, just keep pushing it back and back and back. And that's the one thing that, I agree that there is carry down with the urethanes. However, if you look at a purple or even a pink hammer, those things flare a lot. So the only place that you're basically carrying oil from one oil ring to the next is on the bow ties. So I like to take that with a little bit of a grain of salt, as the more modern urethane balls, such as the Widow urethane and even the purples, they do flare a little bit. Okay, like a pitch black or even a fast pitch, they won't flare that much. But some of these new ones, like especially now if they're going to start putting cores in them, it's going to affect the lane a whole of a lot differently. Don't forget that the main reason why balls flare was to get a new surface on each rotation of the bowling ball, which enabled the ball to just get more traction. So that was the initial purpose of, when Mo Pinnell started putting weight blocks in cores, like if you go back to like the sumo days and that type of stuff. So creating track flare created more traction, hence less carry down. But if you have a ball that doesn't flare, well, it's always rolling over the same part of the ball, hence creating carry down. So as you said there, G-Money, example, ASIM urethane would not affect carry down as much. Correct. And especially if you're sanding it at 300, it's probably going to chew up the front part of the lane more than anything. So, hope that helps. Guillaume is back.
Yes, Guillaume is back. Je suis de retour.
Are the scores updated?
They should be updated.
And where can they find it?
Let me think. Bufabowling.com/live. Bufabowling.com/live. You may want to subscribe to our channel. And if you click this little bell at the top, you will get notifications when we have new videos, when we are live. And as you said, Mark, sharing is caring. So you may want to share the link on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Make sure that as many people as possible are watching the show and following our athletes during this final day of the Canadian Team Trials.
Jordan Jung is slipping away. And there's still a little bit of a lead here for Nicholas Blagojevich with Darren Alexander.
And it looks like Team Ontario.
So 180 again. Yeah, it looks like an all-Ontario affair.
And almost the same also on the women's side.
Yeah.
At this moment, there is one stranger. Her name is Felicia Wong.
Yeah.
What are you doing there, Felicia?
Yeah, 60-pin gap with Karine.
And
What's
now
happening this game?
It doesn't look good for Felicia. 7-2, 9 and a miss in the second and third frame. And
okay, let's get Felicia on screen here.
Felicia went to the nose on their last frame on 44.
Donc les hommes commencent leur cinquième partie. François Lavoie espère tripler pour partir.
Oh, wow. She was hoping at least to get a 9, maybe a strike, but not this split.
Karine peut jouer 180 avec un strike dans le fil ici, au 10e.
Donc 180, Felicia va devoir être prudente parce que...
Elle a quand même 70 quilles d'avance.
Ouais.
53.
Exact, sauf que ici on peut malheureusement s'attendre à un carreau vert. Au 8e, ça lui ferait comme 121.
Mais là, Karine elle peut juste doit remplir 10 ici là, pour 180. Elle est en train de lancer une zen en ce moment. Un peu molle. On dirait qu'elle a striké.
Oui, donc 180. Maximum que Felicia peut faire, c'est 180 aussi.
Puis Cody McMaster peut jouer 2,23 si elle finit plein. Ici à notre droite. Après ça, Marissa Naylor. What's Marissa going to shoot here? Or what did she shoot? Where is she? Hello.
She's right in front of us.
217 possible to the left of your screen. You know what? Let me move this camera a little bit. I'll flop to Jill Freese here for just a sec while I move this. All right, there you go. Good.
Much better.
Samantha Howe gonna shoot a $160 here. But you know, 200 pins out, so pretty much done. Brittany Rocan. We need binoculars, Guillaume.
But Brittany Rocan is 102 pins behind number 6.
But how come I can't see her score sheet? What's wrong with you, Brittany?
There it goes, 3 strikes.
Oh, there you go. 205 possible with a strike in the fill here for Brittany Rocan. So she takes 20 pins on Karine on that one. So narrowing the gap with Karine.
With 2 games left.
And Felicia can strike out for 180 only. So Felicia making things a little bit interesting,
Yeah.
and Cody with a 3-bagger here going into the 10th. Gonna distance herself from the pack of 3 that's looking for the 6 hole. And like I said, Marissa with a 217 possible, kind of just treading lightly and doing good. Salut les boys, merci beaucoup, félicitations encore. Yes. Salut, salut, bonne route. Prends-en, prends tout, prends casquette. Ah ouais.
Une casquette,
Ah ouais.
let's go!
Yes sir. C'est bon. Ciao.
Nos amis du Québec vont retourner à la maison. Martin Bélanger, qui a terminé 5e à 4 quilles. Mais Mario Robitaille de son côté, qui a réussi à terminer 4e pour l'équipe senior. Un gros sourire étampé au visage en bon québécois. Et au passage, il a pris une petite casquette comme souvenir de sa participation au championnat canadien. C'était sa 2e participation, Marc, à Mario. Je croyais que c'était sa première. 2e, alors très bien fait. Recrue sur l'équipe senior d'ailleurs. Il va être très
Darren
bien
Alexander with open 9, double 9, spare 9. François,
accompagné. François, he's making a
5 in
comeback,
a row, 9 spare. Hail Mary. He's 62 pins back, so big game here. Could
Whoops.
spoke too quick.
But there's still a possibility of 270 with this pair. If he makes it, obviously. Never easy to cover the 3-6-10. And now we see Miranda trying to play the inside part of the lane, and
Yeah.
she goes left, left, and left.
No chance.
And that's exactly what you were saying earlier, Mark. You can't play inside. Strike for Felicia. Quoi? Felicia had another open frame in the 9th. And we talked about
Okay,
her.
so now we got to talk. Okay, so 159 max for Felicia.
Yeah, max, and it's not done yet.
Karine is now off screen, but we know she shot 80,
180.
right? So there's
Wow.
21 pins right there, right?
If she gets 2 more,
So she will still be about 40 back from Felicia.
and this was only her 2nd strike in the game.
Cody is gonna, like I said, distance herself as she's gonna now take like a 60 pin gap
Oh,
with
wow.
Felicia. Okay,
Another split.
another split for Felicia.
3
so
splits in the last 5 frames.
And Marissa Naylor with the first hit in the 10th. And what did Sarah shoot? So Sarah opened in the 10th, Sarah Klassen for 189. So Marissa Naylor will move into your 3rd position. And actually, she will move into 2nd position because there was only 1 pin difference between Sarah Klassen and Miranda
Wow.
Panis. So
Wow.
Marissa Naylor was now your 2 seed.
Just like that, from 4th to 2nd.
And she is having a really good day, steady, 602 after 3. So, again, today, close frames, stay close to it, and should be good. So right now, Brittany Rocan is leading the squad with 621, and what did she shoot, like 190 that game, I think?
Cody with another, yes, with another strike. She has 4.
So we will see.
Very good finish for Marissa Naylor. 216, as you said, very steady.
So there was 20 pins between Marissa and Cody. Can Cody go around her? 90, 223? No. Okay, so it will be Jennifer Bassana, Marissa Naylor, and Cody McMaster, your 1, 2, 3 seeds going into game 5. Wow. So Felicia Wong, 148. Francois open in the 8th. Wow. 2-4-10 for Francois. Wow, wow, wow. Mm. All right, open for Francois. Possible 242 for Francois. The women are moving. We will get those scores updated as soon as possible. But like I said, it looks like Jennifer Bassana, Marissa Naylor, Cody McMaster are now your top 3 as Sarah Clausen and Miranda Panis get leapfrogged that game. Wow. Strike in the 9th for Francois. Still has 240 on the board. All right, just off your screen there, Alexander with a 3-bagger. Let's get a camera on these guys since the women are still bowling, or still not bowling, excuse me. So Jordan Jung here. Playing deep inside line on the 38-foot pattern. Trying to manufacture something here. Could shoot 205. Let's go to Will Burns here. Possible 204 with a strikeout here in the 10th. And yeah, so ooh. Lucky break there. Those are the types of hits you want in these situations. Donc un petit prix chanceux ici pour William Burns. Ooh, Jungo going high, leaving the 4-pin. Austin Ducharme. Could shoot 220 here. Okay, probably too little too late for Austin. Francois as well, 60 pins out. Nick Blagojevich is very far away. I can't really see what he's bowling. Art Oliver as well. Can't see from here. All right, so let me see if I could get someone to hunt some scores for me. Didier, can you go tell me what Art and Nick are shooting, please? Thank you. Okay. We sent a gopher for the scores. I see a string of strikes here for someone. However, I can't make out the name. All right, let's see what we got. Darren Alexander is going to have a good game here and hopefully catch up to Nicholas Blagojevich going into the position round. Hang on, we got some scores here for you. Okay, good, thank you. So like low 200. Okay, good. Okay, so Nick and Art are both going on like a 200 pace right now, so nothing super urgent there. However, Darren Alexander with, what did he leave there? A 6-pin. So Darren Alexander with the 6-pin, that could have given him, those would have been some expensive burpees. So just 215 there. So Darren Alexander could have put a little bit of pressure on Blagojevic and Oliver there, but however, did not apply the pressure. Oh, a nice hit there would have, 240 would have gotten him a little bit closer, but now instead 215. Ugh. Donc malheureusement, Mathis Blanchette à 100 quilles de faire la coupure de 6, je crois que c'est trop tard. En tout cas, on verra là. C'est ça. Okay, we got scores for the women updated. Let's bring those up here. Okay, women's scores are now updated on the screen. Let's check the website. And I thought I was right there with Cody McMaster, but no. Okay, so top 3 here. So I need to go back to college for my math. But top 3, Jennifer Bassana, Marissa Naylor, and Sarah Klassen now in your top 3. So still a tight race because we've only got 10 pins separating 5th from 3rd. So we'll have to watch this diligently here. And even for the 6th position, we got 23 pins separating Felicia from Karine. And just about 40 pins for Brittany Rocan. So that's the situation right now. So Karine is still in the hunt. Brittany's going to need a couple of big ones here to apply some pressure. So we are waiting for one more pair on the men's side to get done. Let's go to the women here. Yes, top 6 does get you an auto berth into the team. So that is the idea here, is we are cutting to 3 for TV purposes. However, the bowlers want to make the top 6. So that's what you're looking for. So that's why the top 6 number is really what's important. The rest is just for bragging rights and for the national title. Donc, ce qui est important ici, c'est de faire le top 6. Nous coupons à 3 dans le fond pour la télé. mais dans le fond, c'est pas ça qui est important. C'est vraiment de se classer sur l'équipe. Put 3 holes in it and throw it. I agree. I'd bowl action in the parking lot if I had to. Felicia trying to get something going here. She knows she needs it. Sarah Clausen strike, open, double. Game 6 is a quote-unquote position round. Again, no bonus points, so really a little bit less a little bit less important than what it used to be in the past years. However, it still makes it fun as everyone's basically bunched up one against the other. So we're heading into the last game here of the morning. We will then cut the stream and start anew for the stepladder final. Donc, nous allons arrêter la diffusion après la sixième partie pour en commencer un nouveau pour la grande finale stepladder des top 3. Donc, un petit rappel à tous. Un gros merci d'être parmi nous. Visitez bouffaballing.com/live pour tous les scores ainsi que tous les liens importants. Si vous aimez les gilets qu'on porte depuis cette semaine, les motifs Canada, rendez-vous dans la section vêtements de notre site web et utilisez le code coupon LIVE, LIVE-CTT 2022 pour 10% de rabais sur votre commande. Puis ça, c'est surtout en magasin. So if you like the shirts that we're wearing this week, make sure to head over to boofabowling.com, go to the apparel section, click on the Canada shirts in the filter, and you'll see 5 models there. Use the coupon code LIVE-CTT2022 for 10% off your entire order. That includes everything in stock. Bien d'accord avec vous qu'il manque beaucoup de gros noms du Québec On s'ennuie de nos David Simard et ce monde. Cependant, la vie évolue et les gens font des choix aussi. David qui a commencé une nouvelle carrière aussi, ainsi que sa Pro Shop. Donc, David, je suis sûr que tu nous écoutes. Un petit coucou à toi, mon ami. Mais oui, on avait eu des belles années où est-ce que l'équipe canadienne était plus que 50% québécoise. Avec moi-même, Jean-Sébastien Lessard, Patrick Girard, David. Et aujourd'hui, le flambeau est un peu plus ontarien. Et honnêtement, c'est correct. Puis, si vous avez bien vu du côté junior, on a beaucoup de relèves qui s'en vient de la Colombie-Britannique. Donc, gardez un œil là-dessus. So as we saw in the comments, where's all the good big names of Quebec bowlers? And I said, well, you know, unfortunately, life happens and everybody has to make choices in life. And I just feel like right now there's a new wave of bowlers from Ontario and also from Western Canada, as we saw in the youth team, with 2 bowlers from BC making the boys squad. So there is a little bit of the changing of the guard here in the country. And honestly, that's okay. I'm cool with that. We had some good years, Quebec bowlers. Myself, David, Pat Gerard, Francois. You know, there was a point where, you know, a good portion of the men's national team was Québécois. Ty Rose as well as the coach. So oh, men's scores are updated. Thank you, Justin. Let's check that out. There we go. All right, I'll bring those on screen right now. So, top 6 for your men. Darren Alexander, Francois Lavoie right on the doorstep. 2 pins out. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So it will be a dogfight between Francois Lavoie and Darren Alexander. 33 pin gap between Darren and Art, and another 30 pin gap between Art and Jordan. Taylor Maxner jumping in to the 3rd spot. So, looking like a first Team Canada berth for Taylor Maxner. Looking like a return to the national team for Art Oliver. Nicholas Blagojevich, 30 sticks out. Austin Ducharme, 43 sticks out. And Jordan Jung, 47 sticks out. So still a possibility. A big game, Hail Mary, might be able to get Jordan back into the top 6. We sure hope so, and we will try to cover it to the best of our abilities. So make sure to head over to buffabowling.com/live to check out the scores. Wow. Truly amazing. Awesome stuff. So back to the women's action. As I said, it was pretty tight. Karine Bouchard. What's Karine got here? Karine Bouchard. Oh, she's right in front of me. Where's my coffee? I need coffee. Okay, so Karine owes us 10 burpees for a flag single pin. Right? We're keeping count, kids, right? Yeah. How many spares you guys miss? Too much. That's right. Yeah. Let's go. Get started. I'll put the camera. Hey, coach, let's go. Next time we see Didier, jacked. Love it. All in jokes, but in all seriousness as well, right? That's why I like putting some physical punishment onto the easy misses there. That's it. Miss the head pin, 10 push-ups. I like that one too. Well, if you're missing the head pin, maybe you shouldn't be pulling team trials that much. Okay. Well, for me, it's 10 burpees for any single pin miss. But even worse, Bradley. So Coach Bradley Garon saying 10 push-ups for a flag 10 pin. I'm like, no, any flag is 10 burpees. Okay, so how's Darren and Frankie doing this game? Head over to buffabowling.com/ Here, I'll bring the scores back up because they are just getting ready for, they're doing the seeding here, so they're going to have a couple minutes of practice. But here you go. So Darren Alexander 6th, Frankie 7th, only 2 pins separating the two. So we will see some action there, as they should be on adjacent pairs. They will not be on the same pair, but they will be one next to each other there. And we are right behind them on the feature pair as well. And if we're not, I will move the camera. Yeah, I don't think we will be there, so I will move the camera. There we go. All right, so we'll keep an eye on them. Let me check my battery levels on that camera just to make sure we don't lose it. All right, 66%, so we're still good. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, back to the win. I concur. If you miss a 5-pin, that should be 20 burpees. If a 5-pin is missed, I agree. I agree. Marissa Naylor having a really steady day, really good. Going to be in the 200s again this game. So it's going to look like a Team Canada berth for Marissa Naylor. I don't want to talk too early, but definitely looking good. Sitting currently in 2nd place, Marissa Naylor. Felicia Wong can strike out for 194. Open burpees in the 6th for Felicia. Lynn Gauthier, possible 259 if she strikes out. Brittany Rocan can shoot 179 max. So, not sure if Brittany will have enough to creep back in. She was about 40 pins behind Felicia. However, Felicia's not really helping herself out that much here. Karine Bouchard can strike out for 202. So Karine can go around Felicia this game. Through the beak, open. Wow. Karine Bouchard will go around Felicia at this rate. Cody McMaster, where's Cody? She's down at the end and is finished. I can't see her score anymore. Okay. 10 burpees for Marissa Naylor in the 10th, 192. Still very acceptable game, and will keep her positioning. Sarah Klassen will probably not get around her as 40-101 max. So 9 pins. Yes, that's right. So Marissa Naylor will remain in second place. Miranda Panis, however, can shoot 233 if she strikes out here in the 10th. And can go around Marissa Naylor if she strikes out. So Miranda Panis can claim the second spot and get back into the 3-bowler stepladder. So Karine Bouchard 202 possible here with a strikeout in the 10th. Okay, Sarah Klassen open in the 9th. Oh boy. I want to know what Cody McMaster shot. Can someone tell me what Cody shot? 206? Okay, so Cody's in the 206 ranges. Oh boy, Sarah, not even close on that one. That should be a default, like 5 burpees for not even being close. Shout out to all my fellow shockers. If you are watching. Hook. Out the window. Okay, so 165 max for Sarah. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. So, if Cody did shoot 207, 208, that means that she will get around Sarah Klassen. So we should see second seed. Oof. Okay. So we will watch. Let me turn this over here. The boys still haven't started. I think they're going to wait for the women. So we all start at the same time. Sammy striking out 182. High fives all around. I was asked to bowl in Kitchener on Saturday, and I don't think we mentioned it. We had Joe on the stream a couple times, and he didn't want to do any shameless plugs, but yeah. If you're in the area, Players Tour this weekend in Kitchener, Ontario. Miranda needs this. Ooh, 310. 310. So it looks like Marissa Naylor will hold on to the second seed. However, Miranda will go around Sarah. So 40 pins there, 40, 190, 20. Yeah. Okay, so it will be Jennifer Bassana, Marissa Naylor, Miranda Panis, and then Cody McMaster should be 4th, and Sarah Klassen should have slipped down into 5th. Maybe even 6th, and Karine Bouchard should be on top of Felicia. So Felicia is outside looking in going into the final game. Nice split conversion there by Miranda Panis, going to fetch another ball. All right, a lot of action coming into this position round. We have François Lavoie and Darren Alexander, 2 pins apart going into the position round. Art Oliver, 27 pins ahead of Darren Alexander and 31 pins behind 4th seed Jordan Klassen. Taylor Maxner is in 3rd right now. 61 pins ahead of Jordan, so looking kind of safe for our top three of
All right, everyone, there will be a short break while we tally up the scores and work out the lane assignments for our position round.
Okay.
Give us a few moments, and when you see your names up on the scores, please go to your assigned lanes.
Well, as soon as we get the scores, I will let you guys know. Okay. Hope to see you there, Mark, at the Kitchener stop. Unfortunately, I won't be. As soon as this is done, we're packing up and we're going home. So, all right, so we're going to get ready for position round. Guillaume's going to do his magic, put everyone back up on the screens. We're going to get some practice going for everyone. And, yeah, I guess let me know who you're rooting for. And it's going to be an exciting position round. Okay, I think on the men's side, the top three is pretty much cemented. I think that's pretty good to go. Yeah, that's it. So just want to do a little quick something here. All right. Donnie, come on in, buddy. Donald Hogue. Pick up the headset, sir. Senior Team Canada member.
That's me.
All right, you've been watching pretty much all morning. We saw Frankie kind of go through some ups and downs, and now is only 2 pins out of the cut. So what did you see him do? It kind of looks like he took like a rabbit out of his hat and really tried to hook it a bit more. And what was he throwing? Like it's hard for me to see from this far away.
Looked like he was throwing a hustle.
Okay.
Yeah.
PBR, right?
PBR, yeah. It's a great, fine tasting beer.
Okay. That's right. So, yeah. What do you think we can expect this game?
I think, the champion in him, it's in his heart. And, he's been struggling. And I think, Frank, your dad, got in his butt a little bit and, gave him a little come to Jesus talk. And maybe he's starting to think about what he did when he was, dominating out there last year.
Right.
And he's starting to bring some back. I mean, it's amazing how good these guys really are. And I tell you what, these women are good. And the kids, we got some great kids.
Yeah, the youth team is pretty stacked this year. So
they're pretty stout.
Yeah.
I look for them to do some domination on the world scene.
Yeah, and honestly, like the other thing too is if you look at like let's say Adam from BC that made the youth team in the 3rd seed, he just started bowling a couple of years ago, right? So that just shows that whatever they're doing in that center, whatever they're feeding those kids, it's working, right?
It's working. Yeah, this is totally the new generation of kids. There's nothing they can't do. They just believe. If they want to do it, they're going to do it, and it's amazing watching the youth, how much we struggled when we were kids, just to become better, and these youth, they just pick it up and they just grab the ball and go. It's amazing.
Yeah, and speaking about Frankie, like people are mentioning him in the comments here, Frankie will make it. I sure hope he does. He was youth when I was competing at this level, and to see his progression has been absolutely phenomenal. So hopefully one of these youth bowlers now got the itch to even practice that much harder, right? Because now they got a chance to bowl with the best here, and that's all it takes sometimes. It's just that little like glimpse of what it takes. And like Mathis Blanchette, who has been bowling phenomenally, and in his first team trials at I think 17 or 18 years old, like how can that not motivate the kid?
I tell you what,
Right.
he's awesome. He's got a great game. I mean, it's just going to be a little bit of seasoning mentally, but he's he's the real deal.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is he has to take this also as being constructive and also keep building after this and not make it, inflate his ego more than anything. And that's sometimes the trap when
Right.
you have early success, right?
Well, that, and also you're even seeing some of the more seasoned guys. You start noticing who the real champs are, because mentally, who can actually just kind of keep everything internal,
Right.
and actually just bowl.
Yep. So good. Let's just go through some of the comments here last minute before we hang on. There was a good question here from Randy. Do you think that Francois and Darren have the coach's picks locked up? Okay, so the way that the coach's pick works is they don't determine it today. There's an application process. So you have to fill in paperwork, submit it, and basically the coaches will, I think it's 60 days that they have to make the decision, and they will make the decision. You do not have to have bowled the event. So theoretically, I can apply.
Right. But this is not like the U.S. In the U.S., they just pick whoever,
Right.
because if that's what they want.
Yeah.
But here, it's actually done properly.
Yeah, it's like it's more diplomatic, and it actually makes sense. Like, hey, you want to be in? Well, actually do something to get it, because it just. Anyways, so I actually like the way that it's done. However, they tend to usually pick from the field. Okay, so like the reason why they made that rule was because when, let's say, Dan McClellan or even Francois, let's say there was a commitment, let's say the PBA playoffs was this week,
Right.
or even like in your case, like with the sectionals,
YSU.
like
Right.
yeah. So that could be another thing too on the women's side. If so, like we had Jade Cote that was supposed to be bowling. She has a phenomenal year on the collegiate scene, wins whatever. Let's say she wins Bowler of the Year for NCAA. Why not pick her to be on the team, right?
Right.
So, never say never, never say always, but that's kind of where it's going. So, yes, on the men's side, seeing like who's not bowling the event, I would kind of say that, yeah, I think Darren's safe. I think Frankie's safe. I think someone like Art Oliver needs to make the top 6.
Yes.
Like there's Taylor Maxter needed to make the top 6 because they're new to this, right? Even Jordan Claassen needs to make the top 6 in my opinion. He has made past youth teams, but he needed that. I think also Nicholas Blagojevich, he's a great youth talent, but I think he's a little bit on the outside looking in. So his only ticket, I believe, would be to make the top 6. But it sucks to say, but that's my perspective on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you want to be competitive on the world scene,
Yep.
so you're going to have to pick from the absolute best.
Yep.
And I mean, some of them, like Frankie, even if he doesn't make it, he's proven that he can handle the best of the best.
Yeah, and we'll look forward to seeing that. So we move the camera for that, and we'll get to that. I'm
Let's
getting
go bowling.
scolded in the chat here for not updating the ticker on the screen. So, Jeff, it's coming. But where do we find the scores? BuffaloBowling.com/live.
Absolutely.
Everything's updated there. There you
Make
go.
sure you listen to Mark and Guillaume, who's doing a fantastic job.
Thank you so much.
Absolument fantastique.
There you go. Good stuff. Dust off the rust on the French. Donnie, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Happy spectating. All right, let's go. Thanks, sir. All right, senior Team Canada member Donald Hogue. Take him. Take him. We got swag here. We got Buffa caps, patches. That isn't my laundry. It's for you guys to take. All right, Guillaume just handed me the text file. Let's dump this onto the screen. Okay, so a couple seconds of copy paste action going on here. And push. All right, so now on the screen we are good to go. Refresh that. And here we go on screen for you guys. Okay, so 61 pins between Jordan Klassen and Taylor Maxner, so that looks like it's pretty much locked up. We will be observing the Darren Alexander, Francois Lavoie situation, and also the Nicholas Blagojevic situation, because 30 pins can go really quick. On the women's side, we will be following the Felicia Wong situation, 29 pins separating Karine Bouchard and Felicia Wong. However, with Felicia's track record, probably a coach's pick. So right now, this is looking to be Karine Bouchard's ticket to the national team. She needs to stay in the top 6, as I believe with Sarah Klassen's recent performance at the World Championships, and also, like I said, Felicia Wong's track record. If any of those two were to not make it, there is a possibility for that coach's selection. Lynn Gauthier is 100 pins out. Honestly, honorable mention to her. Like, you can't take anything away from what she has accomplished so far, and is being close to making the top 6. And again, with her track record, Guillaume, excuse us for that. And again, with her track record with Lynn Gauthier, you can't count her out of the selection picture either, right? So we've got Jennifer Bassano, Miranda Panis, Marissa Naylor right now in the stepladder. Cody McMaster, 11 sticks out, and about 50 pins for Sarah Klassen. So,
Marc, il y a eu vraiment beaucoup de mouvements
oui,
ce matin. À chaque partie, on a vu des scénarios différents. Et là, ça se précise encore plus dans nos scénarios différents. Karine Bouchard est revenue dans le top 6. Felicia Wong est débarquée. Elle a maintenant, on va dire, plusieurs quilles d'arrière parce que ça n'a vraiment pas bien été ce matin. C'est 29 points d'arrière sur la 6e position. Du côté de Marissa Naylor, elle est montée 2e. Elle est redescendue. Alors, beaucoup de mouvements et grande surprise. Je vais dire ça comme ça. François Lavoie. François Lavoie est parti 11e ce matin. Il est même descendu et tranquillement, il a remonté la pente pour être maintenant en 7e position à, je pense, 2 points. 2 points de la 6e. Ça va être serré, mes amis, jusqu'au bout. Restez avec nous.
une bonne main d'applaudissements tout
C'est
le monde.
maintenant que ça se passe.
A big hand of applause for everyone, please. Big round of applause. And let's get going. So we've got François Lavoie on our feature pair. We move the camera to give you guys the best for your viewing pleasure. And let's see what he is going to accomplish here. Needs to have a solid game.
And it's not a solid start. It's the 4-9. Look at his reaction.
And Art Oliver looking to stay within the cut. Boom, baby.
Yeah.
With a strike.
Powerful strike by Hart.
Okay, let's keep.
Oop.
Guillaume, come on.
Sorry.
The
about
mouse
that.
is right-handed for a reason.
I can use my left hand with. Anyway.
All right. Oh, sorry about that. See,
Yeah.
now we're all messed up here. Hang on. Okay. That.
Oh, il a tenté le tout pour le tout, François. Il sait à quel point là, toutes les quilles sont importantes. Il est peut-être allé un petit peu pour l'extra fromage. Ça n'a pas fonctionné. Déjà là, il s'enlève une quille.
Strike for Darren Alexander.
Alors François et Darren Alexander, c'est eux là, vraiment qu'il faut surveiller. Peut-être même aussi Nicholas Blagojevic. Une partie, 2-3 quarts ouverts de la part de ton adversaire, tout peut se passer. Du côté des dames, il faut rester attentif à Felicia Wong. Peut-être Brittany Roken, mais le peut-être s'en vient un peu moins convaincant. Karine Bouchard. Karine Bouchard a vécu des hauts et des bas, des hauts et des bas ce matin. Est-ce qu'elle pourra vivre le haut de sa carrière?
Strike for Sarah
À suivre.
Klassen. Strike for Sarah Klassen. We go back to Darren Alexander. This is the match of
The race. The match
oh
of
boy,
the year.
that left. Oh, a
Oh,
face
wow.
splat double there.
Not pretty, but it's an X on the board. Table for 2, Darren Alexander.
Let's go back to Nick Blagojevic. Strike.
Mixer. Strike. Right.
Let's stay here for, let's go to Sarah Klassen here. Wide right, back to Artie. We're going to be cutting quick here, guys.
Oh! La 6 par en arrière. Art Oliver. Le double. Ça fait mal à François dès le départ. Voyons voir la réaction de François, Marc. Il prend son temps. Ah non, c'était la caméra qui était la haute. Oh, la 9. La 9 pin down. Whoa.
Sarah Klassen with the 210 spare conversion. Marissa Naylor.
Solid 10.
Solid 10. Let's go back to Art Oliver.
Marissa is third.
We're
right
not
now.
doing transitions, we're doing cuts now. No fading, but this camera is, everybody's going on Wi-Fi now, I believe, and that's what's killing it. Okay, so
But
Art with a strike.
Yeah, Art with a
Three-bagger.
strike.
So he can now breathe easy. Is not reaching for his pack of cigarettes.
Let's see, François. Oh boy, François. C'est haut. 3,
Crossover
6, 10.
strike for Karine Bouchard. And Felicia Wong, open strike. So still struggling with the opens.
On,
Brittany Rocan off our screen.
on va
Spare.
voir Darren Alexander. Parfait. Pow! Alexander. Strike. 3
François.
in a row. Doesn't look good for François.
3-6-10. On va voir si sa pratique à WSU
C'est
lui
bon.
a aidé. C'est bon, c'est fait.
C'est bon, mais il tire déjà beaucoup de l'arrière avec corps ouvert, à bas, réserve.
Taylor Maxner, 9 spare. 6 count design. Great strike by Karine Bouchard.
Oui,
So
une table
Karine
pour
Bouchard,
deux. C'est corps ouvert et double pour commencer. On a encore Darren ici devant nous. Ça se bouscule.
C'est
Là-bas, 10-pin party in the pit.
Donc, 4-bagger to start for Darren Alexander. This is not looking good for François Lavoie. Back to the women. Sarah
Cody-
Klassen,
yeah, and
sitting
Cody with the
currently in 5th and trying to catch up to Cody McMaster here
Hey boy,
and Marissa Naylor.
that is a 4 count.
4.
Wow, this is not something we see very often.
So, at the Wichita State practices, I don't know if they still do this, so if anyone is watching that's on the team now, let us know. They used to do this thing called race to 10. So as a team, you have to get the 1 count, the 2 count, the 3 count, the 4 count. So 4 was always hard, and so is 2. Like 2 is like impossible to get. So yeah, there you go, 4 count. Trying to make it comical.
Cody on the left, high left, leaving the baby split, 310. Will
Sarah-
she make it? Whoa!
Trying to be a shooter.
Almost made it. Left the 7-pin. What a great attempt. She doesn't look quite happy, however. Back to Art. Let's see live because the camera is off. Strike for Oliver Jr. He's got the front 4, the 4 aces as well.
All right, back to Klassen. McMaster. Strike, spare. Hook. All right, so Sarah Klassen not looking very uppity right now. I think she needs to ball up. That ball is not slowing down in the right part of the lane. Okay, let's cut back to Marissa Naylor. Spare. She's been bowling great all day, Guillaume.
Very consistent.
Yep.
One of the best games that we have seen today so far.
All right,
7.
she's just got to stay out of trouble. She's in anyways, just to stay in the step ladder.
And the Klassen family will have a celebration, I guess, tonight with both brother and sister being on the team.
And Miranda Panis, open double. Okay, we got Francois up on the screen now. A little bit of loft, a little bit of twist. through the beak. 7 count.
Ça va pas du tout pour François, cette partie-là. Est-ce que c'est l'attente qui a été trop longue? Est-ce que c'est la paire d'allées qui répond pas à l'appel? Seul lui le sait. Art Oliver, de son côté, le petit pas de danse à la fin. Cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, 3. La quille 6 reste en place. Karine Bouchard maintenant sur la ligue 40. Changement de boule. 3 et 6 après une série de 2 abats.
We aren't giving very much attention to our tournament leaders because they're so far ahead from everyone. So,
Sorry, Jennifer. Sorry, Graham.
yeah, shout out to Graham and Jennifer. It's been bowling phenomenal. It's a good thing, right? Either you're bowling bad, we're not talking about you, or you're bowling too good that you're no
wow.
longer relevant. So,
And here, can you imagine 7-9 for Graham?
yeah, we'll talk about her later in the step final. Oh boy, crossover strike for Marissa Naylor. All smiles. We will have a celebration tonight for Marissa as soon as she gets off the plane. So I guess she's flying tonight.
Darren Alexander on the approach. Red pants. Going for another strike. And he does not. Baby split. 310. But still in a good position if we compare to François. And really good comment here by Eric Saint-Arnaud saying that Jennifer would be 5th in the men's field. So this is not something we see quite often as well. So hats off to Jennifer Bessana. What a great week. She's all by herself at the top. And during this time, Darren Alexander made the spare. Still putting pressure on Lavoie's shoulder. C'est un départ pour Alexander. Arrive plein une autre fois et là, laisse un bris plutôt particulier. 3, 6, 7. Attention, Darren. Attention, on sait de quoi François est capable. Faut garder sa boule dans la poche. Sarah Klassen maintenant. Voyons voir son lancer. Ça semble meilleur. Non, la boule ne remonte pas suffisamment. Laisse un petit bucket à droite, à gauche, pardon. Et du côté de François, c'est un abat. Et Mark Nicholas Blagojevic a 6 abats consécutifs pour débuter son match. 6 consecutive strikes for Nicholas Blagojevic to start off this final game. He will be at the very far right of your screen. So you can see half of him. Here's on the approach. Down goes the ball. I think he went Brooklyn on this one. Yep, 7 in a row. Ooh, 4-6 for Art Oliver. This should not be a disaster, but still be careful, Artie.
Well, Nicholas only has 31 pins behind Darren. He's got the front 7, Darren open. right? Spare open?
Yeah, so 4-bagger, spare, and open. So Nicholas Blagojevic, and it stops there. 7 in a row. 9 count. This is so interesting to see Nicholas Blagojevic, the youth bowler, trying to make his way into the top 6. Surpassing François Lavoie and Darren Alexander. This would be the play of the night, presented by Bufa Distribution.
On va retourner à Karine Bouchard ici. 76 au 4 sur un spare. Sarah Klassen 85 au 6. Sarah Klassen 85 in the 6th on an open. And Karine Bouchard 76.
Et là, ça pourrait se corser
In the
parce
fourth.
que Felicia Wong a quand même eu un bon départ avec quart ouvert, 5 à bas.
Et un autre 9 manqué.
C'est pas dans les
Trois
habitudes.
Hey boy.
C'est pas dans les habitudes de Felicia, mais
On
pareil.
retourne à François vite fait.
Du côté de François, c'est parti, un petit loft, c'est bon. Ça se bouscule au bout de l'allée. 10 quilles dans le puits, là-bas. Alors François, il y a 76 au 5e carreau avec un double en banque. C'est loin, loin derrière et Alexander fait là-bas. Alors là, à moins du Chinook, s'il y a un vent, s'il y a un fort vent, les choses pourraient changer, mais présentement,
Donc je pense que notre top 3 c'est pas mal final là. I think our top 3 on the men is pretty much final because Taylor Maxner is going to shoot a big game here, but he has like 300 pins behind Mitch, so he'll never catch up to Mitch. So Mitch is going to be your second seed. Can Mitch catch up to Graham? No. Okay, so Graham will be your top seed, Mitch will be your second seed, Taylor will be your third seed. So stepladder is now final for the men. However, we are still fighting for a position on the team.
yeah,
Jordan Klassen is safe. Jordan is now a member of 2022 Team Canada.
I would say that Art Oliver is safe as well
Art Oliver looks like he will be safe as well
with 136.
because
And
basically, yeah, he needs to lose by 30 to Frankie.
that's a lot. And Frankie's not. Oh,
There you go. Got some
big
emotion
slap.
from Artie.
wow, what a game by Brittany Roken. Don't forget her. She can shoot 269. Brittany. Could she be a surprise? Yeah, hard to say with 61 pin behind Karine Bouchard and Felicia Wong doing great. So she is a little bit late to the party.
Well, you never know, right? Karine
I'm-
Bouchard can strike out for 220.
And
Okay, Sarah Klassen is needing to avoid a disaster here.
Well,
but she has 70 pins ahead of Karine.
it looks like
She
a
might give
disaster
it
at
all
this
back
moment.
here because looks like she's gonna shoot like a $150 here. Needs to make this spare. Felicia Wong can shoot 240 as well.
Let's see what she does here. Big strike for Wong.
Well, okay, so there's 100 pins separating Wong, 106 pins, and Sarah Klassen. However, Sarah right now, 94 in the 7th. Wow.
Trois trous.
Felicia Wong missed a single pin in the 7th. How big was that on a 4-bagger? 5-bagger.
Yeah.
Wow. Right there. That could have been her position on the team. Unbelievable.
Was it the nerves? I would be surprised.
Let's go to Felicia while we're at it. So we see there in that string of strikes a 9 whiff. I wonder what that was.
And look at Lynn Gautier's game.
Oh yeah, she got stuck in her thumb on that spare. Wow.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, okay.
yeah, the thumb issue is happening again. And Lynn Gauthier, what a game here. She may not be able to get her place now on the team by finishing fifth.
Blagojevic,
sixth,
what has he got?
240.
240 something. I see a 9 whiff there in the 8th.
I would say 47. 247.
What did he miss? 2 pin. In the 8th frame, he missed a 2 pin? Is that it?
Seems like it,
240.
yeah.
247 for Nicholas Blagojevic with
With
a
an
missed
O.
2 pin
Yeah.
in the 8th frame. Kids, make your spares. Yeah, make your spares, kids. That's gonna be 20 burpees right there, and I'm gonna get them on camera right here. Does Frankie look good? No, Frankie out. François Lavoie out. Darren Alexander. OK. François peut jouer 2,26 s'il finit plein.
Puis
Darren
Darren,
Alexander.
c'était 134 au 6 avec 4 abats consécutifs. Ça va lui faire
250.
6, 9. En
9,
plus, dans
20,
les 2,30.
40.
30-40, c'est ça.
44. Yeah, donc Darren Alexander will remain in 6th position.
Eh
So
boy.
no change on the standings right now from what we see. Unbelievable. François Lavoie termine avec 215. 200.
Oui, 15 est bon.
215 pour François Lavoie. 215 for François Lavoie.
Mais ce n'est pas
Will
suffisant.
not be enough to get around.
2,40.
240 for Darren Alexander. So Darren Alexander
Oh,
stays in the 6th spot.
ça a été chaud, ça.
Art Oliver will stay in the 5th spot because he's got 40 pins on, he's got 33 pins on Darren.
Donc, du côté d'Art Oliver aussi, c'est réglé.
Yeah, so
Les
Art,
hommes,
Team Canada member, congrats, buddy. Missed a 2-pin in the 9th frame. Nicholas Blagojevic will come up short, unfortunately. François Lavoie will come up short. Unbelievable that François Lavoie is not in our top 6.
and now his chance to be on the team is just to be selected.
That's it. And
Chances are really good.
we have some new Team Canada blood in Taylor Maxner and Jordan Klassen. Wow. Unbelievable. On the women's side here, Sarah Klassen strike in the 9th. Donc, abat dans le 9 pour Sarah Klassen. Karine Bouchard peut jouer 203 si elle finit plein ici au 10. Brittany Rocan compte de 8 ici. À notre gauche, ça va être 2,47 max pour elle.
Donc, Felicia ici à 2,35.
2,35. Donc,
Elle avait
Felicia,
29 quilles derrière.
Karine.
Oh, ça veut dire 203. Ça fait
203.
Ça ferait 32. Ça veut dire
23.
Felicia
Felicia passe
par-dessus Karine.
Felicia passe par-dessus Karine, oui. Maintenant, Sarah,
Brittany Rocan, on oublie ça. À 2,40, c'est pas
c'est
suffisant.
70 quilles pour Karine. Non, Karine, malheureusement, 140. Oh, ah! Attends,
Sarah Klassen, qu'est-ce qui se passe? 140?
77, 40, 203.
Oh, donc ça prend des
63.
abats. Ça prend
Non,
des
non,
abats.
non, 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 c'est Elle ne peut pas la dépasser. Elle a 77 quilles de recul sur Sarah.
Oh non, 203 possible, ça fait
C'est ça,
63.
63.
Et là là!
Wow!
Incroyable, incroyable.
What are you saying?
No, I'm just saying, what a finish. Like Brittany Cotter. Brittany's in.
Brittany.
Brittany and Felicia just jumped Sarah to each other. Just jumped Sarah.
Yeah, but Karen can't catch her. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Brittany. Oh, Brittany had.
C'était 61 points
Brittany
d'arrière.
had like 100 no, Brittany's out. Yeah, but she was 130 out.
Est-ce que Sarah Klassen et Karine Bouchard vont sortir du top 6 pour faire place à Felicia et Brittany? C'est ça la question, là.
Oh, sorry, no, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, my fault.
Yeah, yeah. Karen's out.
The strike got it. Yeah.
Karen's out.
Karen's in.
No, Karen's out. Sarah had too much of a lead. Sarah had 77 pin advantage over Karen.
Oh,
Mais,
Yeah.
but, could we see Felicia and Brittany going up?
No, only Felicia, I think.
Only Felicia, yeah?
because there was too much of a gap there. Brittany needed to beat Felicia by 41. Wow. And Marissa Naylor going to shoot 180 here, but how did Cody McMaster shoot?
À voir la réaction de Karine, je pense qu'elle se croyait encore dans la course pour le top 6. Parce qu'elle voulait là-bas à la deuxième boule du 10e.
Ouais.
Donc elle n'avait aucune idée d'où elle se situait.
So Marissa Naylor can go around Miranda.
There was only three
Can
pin
go around
difference.
Miranda Panis. Yes, she can.
Absolutely. Possibility of 183. Depending on what she does, she get the strike.
183 and 190 for
So-
Miranda Panis
so-
if she strikes out. So
So
Miranda
she needs
to
another
double, yeah.
strike. Just one more strike and she will be finishing second.
Marissa's score is she can strike out for she strike here in the fill for 183.
Oups. Non, 181. Donc 181, 2, elle va rester troisième. Elle va rester troisième. 181, 180. Elle va aller chercher une quille, donc elle va être à 2 quilles seulement de Miranda Panis. Marissa will be 2 pins below Miranda Panis, finishing in third. So we have our top 3 for the step ladder. It will be Gramfa, Mitch Huppé, Taylor Maxner, and Jennifer Besana, Miranda Panis, Marissa Naylor. The top seed will have the choice of the pattern, and this will be it. Everyone will have to deal with this one pattern that the top seed will choose. Alors, c'est Gramfa et Jennifer Besana qui vont décider du village pour la grande finale. Les autres vont devoir vivre avec ça. Et bien entendu, nos leaders au tableau vont devoir vivre avec leur décision aussi, sachant que déjà une partie va avoir été jouée sur ce patron d'huile-là qui va être fait par nul autre que Michel Martin dans les prochaines secondes.
Je vais aller chercher du monde, Guillaume.
Ben, je vais aller
Ok, on va
mettre
faire
les
les
résultats
scores,
à
ouais.
jour. Oui.
Peut-être que quelqu'un peut m'amener du monde aussi. Ouais. On peut, oui. All right, we'll try to get Taylor Maxner here. This guy.
How you doing, Mark?
Good, you?
Good.
Camera's right there. Tournament leader. We haven't been talking too much about you because you got so much of a lead over everyone else. So
It didn't feel that way. Mitch was coming on strong.
yeah, well, he was, but still had a little cushion there, 60 pins. So struggled a bit today, I think. How do you feel? What's going on in your mind getting ready for the step ladder?
I feel good. I mean, what's done is done. I feel like I bowled pretty good today. And
Well, just overall, right? Averaging 223, you definitely can't, you can't say that's bad by any means, right?
No.
We were talking about early on the stream, whereas when I used to make the team, like 200 was good, and now like scores are so high. So we saw you throwing a blue hammer.
yes,
Yeah, is that what you were throwing pretty much all day? Like, what was the strategy going into today?
pretty much the whole day. I realized that the 1-2 board kind of hooked consistently from pair to pair. And so if I can minimize my mistakes and minimize the thought process going pair to pair, I had a cushion. So I wanted to get as close to the gutter as possible and, make my spares.
There you go. Make your spares. A lot of people owe us burpees here because we've been calling them out.
There's been a
webs.
lot.
And also, with Nicholas Blagojevic having a great event here over the last 2 days, especially, and just missing out there at the end, flagging a 2-pin, like
It adds up,
unbelievable. Yeah,
whether it's game 30 or game 2, that single pin you miss, it
Yeah.
adds up.
adds up. Actually, let's check your stats here. How many you flagged?
Oh, no. I know.
I want to see. I'm curious here. Hang on.
I owe a couple burpees. Not today.
2
I got 2.
in the whole event. So just 2 opens, two missed single pins. Not bad. Right?
It's good. It's good.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's a 97.5% fill rate. So you can't complain about that, right?
I've worked hard on my spares
There you go.
since my first years on the team.
Yeah, good, awesome. So we see some words of congrats here. Here, let's throw them up on the screen here. So, congrats, all the Windsor guys. You're not a Windsor guy, but still, everybody's getting shout outs to the Windsor guys. So, any shout outs?
Everyone who's watching, thanks for watching. Of course, my family, sponsors, Brunswick Vice. I love what you're doing here, Mark. You're giving a chance for everyone to see who may not be in the building. And so I know that this is a big event, and any chance people can see and be a part of it is big. So thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you for bowling. It's been a couple of years since we've seen you here at Team Trials, and glad that they convinced you to come back.
It's
Right?
good to be back. It really
Yeah.
is.
And so you're not the lone lefty now anymore.
No.
Are we going to see some Artie mannerisms from you coming forward now that you have this new teammate?
I hope not. I bowled with Artie before on the team. I hope to keep my my composure.
No, but you can't say that the fist pumps and everything can't get you going. So again, best of luck in the finals. We'll be rooting for you, brother.
Thank you.
All right, see ya. So don't forget, everyone, Graham has to get beaten twice in the step ladder. So no handicap, okay? Get it done. All right, let's try to get Marissa Naylor here on the stream. Excuse me. Trying to wave some people over, but everybody's in hugs and kisses mode here.
All right, everyone, we have the final results, and we have our,
Okay, final results. Let's see here.
on the women's side, our high qualifier, Jennifer Basana. Second, Miranda Panis. And our third qualifier, Marissa Naylor. On the men's side, our high qualifier, Graham Paugh. Second, Mitch Coupé. And our third bowler for the step ladder, Taylor Maxner. As and Graham have selected 37-foot Stockholm.
Okay, so we have both picked the Stockholm pattern, which was the first and the highest scoring one. So all the step ladders will be bowled on the Stockholm pattern. OK, donc les deux grandes finales, c'est-à-dire, vont être disputées sur le village Stockholm. C'est le plus haut seed qui détermine ça. Vraiment, vraiment intéressant de voir ça. Michel est en train de nous huiler ça. Ça ne sera pas tellement long. OK? So I'll keep the scores up on the screen before Guillaume brings me the final results here. Let's see if we can't get Marissa. Yeah, go. Okay. Pee break first. Try to get some of the finalists here to come on in. And all right. I want to get some of the new blood in here. See if we can maybe get Taylor as well. Haven't talked to him all week. He's nursing an injury, it looks like, as well. So we'll see. All right. Let's see what we can get here. All right. Donc, oh, here we go. Don't want to? No, I'll talk for you. No? Okay. Wait, hang on. We got to get a shot of this ice pack here. Hang on. Wait. We got Taylor Maxner here. He doesn't want to talk. He's too shy. Shout out to anyone. He's got the ice pack going. The Iceman with the ice pack. Good stuff. All right. I tried to get him to come. I'm not a big talker, so that's all right. Let's see. He's what? He's signing contracts. Yeah, there you go, for sure. Awesome. Yeah, please. Yeah, come. All right. You're not? Yeah, you are. It's easy. Come on. Nothing to be afraid of here. All right. Marissa Naylor. How's it going?
It's going.
Oh, hang on. I got to turn you on here.
Oh.
It's going.
It's going.
Here, squeeze on in a bit. Congrats.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Good
you.
stuff.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
I remember seeing you like the first years when I used to go to Manitoba Open. little shit running around everywhere. How's your brother doing?
Oh, Liam's good. Liam's good. The whole family has
Okay.
been so amazing this week.
Awesome.
None of them are here right now. I actually told my family to stay home. But,
Okay.
But no, I know they're back home. I haven't checked my phone yet, and I'm sure my dad's losing his mind.
There you go,
yeah, no, he's good, though. He's doing really well.
Okay, awesome. So really solid day today. You kind of stayed
Thank
out
you.
of trouble. You
Yeah.
know, fun to watch. So I guess what do you attribute to the success of today?
I think the biggest thing is just one shot at a time. I was nervous the first game for sure. The first time I made the top 12 was in 2017, so a little bit long ago after COVID. But
Okay.
yeah, literally just one shot at a time. Earl, he came with Manitoba to help us all out, and he really contributed to the success today.
Okay.
He really just, when I saw something on the lanes that maybe he saw, he moved, and I actually adjusted sooner than I thought I would, just because the lanes on this end played so much more different than where we were. And so I moved in actually quite faster, like game 3, which didn't happen at all yesterday. So I went to my trusty Venom Shock in the last game and just kind of let the ball did for me. So.
All right, good. Well,
Yeah.
so now we're bowling on Stockholm,
Yeah.
which is a little bit higher scoring.
Yes.
And again, playing at a different end of the house, and so many games into the buffer already for the lane machine. So it's going to play a bit different. We'll be watching. Any shout outs before we let you go?
Oh man, I'm gonna shout out the whole family. So mom, dad, Liam, Larissa, and my boyfriend Danny, as well as just all my Chateau Lanes family and La Vérandre family, just everyone from Manitoba. Just thank you for the support, and thank you for supporting all the Manitobans here, because we really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we see it in the chat. So again,
Yeah.
congrats.
That's awesome.
Awesome
Thank you
work.
so much.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Marissa Naylor, 2022 Team Canada member. How does that sound? Sounds pretty awesome. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so let's bring in Karine Bouchard. Viens-t'en, Karine. On va le faire en français, c'est correct? Maintenant que tu es rendu
Ouais.
American.
Ouais,
Ouais.
je suis quand même plus à l'aise en
Ouais,
français.
OK, c'est bon. Good. Donc, Karine, excellente semaine, malgré un peu une déception ici à la dernière game. Tu as eu beaucoup de commentaires ici dans le chat. Les gens ils nous suivaient de très, très près. Peux-tu peut-être nous expliquer ce que tu as vu lors des dernières frames?
Mes lancers, je les trouvais vraiment bons pour dire vrai. Puis je pense que j'ai manqué un petit peu de chance, je dirais.
Oui.
C'est les 10, je pensais qu'ils allaient tomber, mais
Ouais.
non.
OK.
Mais j'étais mieux placée là, que les autres games d'avant. Là. J'ai fait un move à l'intérieur avec une balle plus c'est une pearl qui allait être plus forte dans le back-end. Puis
Ouais.
je pense que ça m'a vraiment aidé. Là.
Oui. Non, écoute, c'était vraiment le fun de te voir aller toute la semaine. Tu as vraiment montré beaucoup d'amélioration depuis ton arrivée à Davenport University. Là, c'est ton freshman year là-bas, là, j'imagine, c'est ça?
Oui, ben je suis une...
T'es transféré?
Vu que je fais un master, je suis considérée comme une graduate, mais
OK.
je suis quand même ma première année.
C'est ça. Fait que tu as quand même 4 ans d'éligibilité et tout ça. Là.
Ouais.
Puis c'est-tu une école de NCA ou c'est juste NIA?
C'est USBC pour
OK.
l'instant, mais on va changer
OK.
bientôt là, pour devenir
OK,
CAA.
cool. Un petit shout-out à quelqu'un peut-être qui t'écoute? Ou,
Ben non, pour dire vrai, toute l'équipe qui est en arrière, là, aujourd'hui, là, tout le monde de Québec sont tous restés pour m'aider.
Ouais.
Pour vrai, ça m'a vraiment aidé, puis j'étais contente de les avoir avec
Ouais.
moi. Puis ben Mike Eaton, le coach de Davenport, qui m'a vraiment, vraiment aidé à mettre mon jeu là à un autre niveau.
Oui, excellent. Mais écoute, c'est sûr que tu as toujours été dans notre camp, comme tu dis, avec toute la gang du Québec, toute l'équipe de Juniors Pro Shop qui était ici, ainsi que nous autres. Moi, je t'ai connu à très, très jeune âge. Je me rappelle quand tu allais avec ton père, suivre les cours avec mon père, quand tu avais comme 10-12 ans, je ne me rappelle plus. Là, mais
Ouais, dans ce coin-là.
C'est ça. Ouais, fait que, écoute, je pense que ça va être un stepping stone pour toi, là, excuse l'anglicisme, là, mais écoute, continue à travailler fort, puis je pense que tu as fait des nouveaux fans cette semaine.
Oui,
OK,
merci.
Cool. Excellent. Félicitations. Puis bonne chance pour la sélection. On ne sait jamais. OK. Bring Jen on. Someone's asking for Jen. Yes, we want Jordan Klassen. Congrats, buddy.
Thank you.
Awesome. Pick up the headset. All right.
Bowlers, we've,
Jordan Klassen, 2022 Team Canada member. Look at this guy.
Feels
Show the
good.
guns for the camera.
Feels good.
That's it, baby. All right, so first time on the team, right? No.
Yeah. Well, I got
No.
selected once,
That's-
but this
yeah.
is the first time actually making
Okay,
it. So,
yeah. So two-time Team Canada national team member. You had made a bunch of youth teams as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, two
right?
or three, yep.
Okay, two
Yep.
or three, right? You start losing count, right?
Exactly, so long ago.
That's good. Good stuff. So I will say, okay, having a brand new baby, we see, what's her name?
Palmer.
Palmer?
Yes.
Okay, so she witnessed greatness today.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and as a father of two to a father of one, I tip my hat to you, because doing that with a kid at a very young age and still being able to practice and having the time off from COVID and all of the the fun stuff that happens between that. So you showed extremely lots of talent, and definitely, hang on, I got to hide these spam bots here. But just really great. We had a lot of comments for you in the chat as well. So tell us what worked today.
Well, I started to try to play straighter and like keep my angles tighter, but I found the fronts were going so fast. I kind of just jumped in to kind of get my ball through it and just kind of fade the head pin. I missed a couple bad shots, but when I threw it good, it was there. So I knew I could score if I threw the ball good. So
what were you throwing today?
I was throwing the Hustle Ink for most of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Started with the purple hammer. It was just kind of too early and wishy-washy, so I just jumped way in with a shiny ball and started hooking it.
Okay. So Graham picked Stockholm. Thoughts?
I think he's going to run it over. I don't think anybody's going to beat him twice, but we'll see.
Okay. Get the baseball bat ready. Let's go.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. Any shout-outs before we let you go?
I just want to say thank you to my girlfriend, Kendra. She's been super supportive the entire week, taking care of our baby Palmer, and I couldn't do it without her, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Todd Squire giving you a shout-out.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Yeah, so good stuff. All right, well, get ready for the finals. Congrats again, kid.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
All right,
it.
Good seeing you.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, 2022 national team member, Jordan Klassen. By popular demand. By popular demand. We gotta bring the camera down here, I guess.
I'm pretty sure.
No. Tilt the camera down a bit. It's okay. It's good. Okay, so Jeremy Pinello was asking for you. Who's Jeremy?
He is a lane runner at Kennedy Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Good stuff. And that's your home center, right?
Yes, it is.
So shout out to the whole crew at Kennedy.
Hey, Kennedy.
Yeah, you had a good group of people. Well, it's the Kennedy group's like very tight knit,
It's
right?
very tight knit.
Yeah.
Everyone there is. Everyone knows each other. Everyone practices together. Everyone bounces ideas together. So it's such a great community at Kennedy Bowl.
Awesome. Yeah. So you've had a tremendous career here, even before the pandemic, making a team or two, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like your third or fourth
This is,
consecutive.
I believe, my third
Right.
adult team, and I was in the U team twice.
Okay.
Back in, was it 2004 and 6?
Right. So a little bit of a landslide, like where you separated yourself from the pack.
I did.
So what was the strategy there? Like, what did you kind of feel? What did you change? Did you change anything?
Honestly, it was just a break. It was just a break from competing. I've been competing since 8 years old, right? So it was just, what do you call it? I just needed time just to be me, right? So I spent a lot of times traveling, a lot of time, just away from friends, family. So I took the opportunity just to, I was straight out of high school, just decided to just chill out for a bit.
Okay.
Spend time with family, spend time with friends, just take a break.
All right. Good.
Sometimes we need it.
Yeah. I saw Tito Jun behind you the whole time.
Oh, Tito Jun never leaves my side.
Yeah.
Never.
Good. He's awesome.
He is.
Yeah. So
he's ever since he left, it kind of coincided when I needed to take time with myself. He kind of went overseas.
Yeah.
He was there for almost a decade, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he was with my dad as the technical advisor there. We actually spoke about him during the stream because him and I were working on layouts and stuff when I was out there, and he's a great ambassador for the Pro Shop game.
Yeah.
And I guess he still works on your stuff, right?
Yeah, he actually does still lay out my equipment.
Okay.
So.
Good. All right. Any shout outs before we get you started?
Kennedy Bowl, what's up?
Yeah.
Tito Jun, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to work with you as well. So, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and Eric at Strikemore, thank you.
There you go, Eric. All right. Sorry, Eric, I never got a chance to come out. These have been some long days.
Oh, they were.
Usually I stop in, but as soon as the day was done, I'm like, see, I'm going to bed. So, yeah, good stuff. Why Stockholm?
It was my best set for the whole entire tournament, so I think I can do some damage.
Okay.
And
you got to get beat twice, so you got a cushion there.
So I like short too. So
there you go. All right.
Let's have some fun out there.
We'll be rooting for you. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good. Jennifer Bassana, Team Canada 2022, top seed, hopefully national champion. We'll wait and see. Art Oliver's coming. Oh boy. We will have some sparks flying here. All right. I want to be like Jen when I grow up. There you go. Christine Johnston. How's it going? Where's the milk crate? Yeah, we had to bring the camera down a bit. Now I got to scooch down. Guillaume, pull it up. Hang on, Art's coming. He's short, so we can definitely do that. Also, just a reminder to everybody, we're going to be cutting the stream and doing a new one because of the fact that it's going to be easier to watch after if you want to watch it later on the YouTube channel. So we're going to create a separate stream for that. So make sure to subscribe so you know when we go live, but it'll pretty much be right away as soon as we get this done and underway. So if Art Oliver doesn't come here in the next 30 seconds, I will sign off. Do you know where he is? No?
He should be coming. He was writing an email to his boss.
Okay.
And then said that he would be here.
Okay.
And when I asked him, do you want to be live on TV? He said, a big fat yes.
Okay.
So maybe we should wait just a little bit.
Good job. Awesome. See you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Mark, maybe what do you think about the choice of the oil pattern Stockholm? What do you think about that? Because I think it's the highest scoring pattern that we had.
It's going to be a better show, that's for sure.
So they picked the pattern for us?
We picked the right pattern for us.
You?
For us and for you at home. I agree. Donc, encore une fois, pour la grande finale, ils ont choisi le village Stockholm pour les deux. Nous allons replacer toutes les caméras pour être mieux placés pour l'action. Et une fois que ça va être fait, dans le fond, c'est ça. On va être prêt pour vous.
Et là, Marc t'expliquait aussi pour les téléspectateurs qu'on va couper la diffusion ici dans les prochaines minutes, mais restez encore avec nous parce qu'on a Art Oliver. On va couper et ensuite, ça va nous permettre d'avoir une nouvelle diffusion. Donc, si vous êtes intéressé à regarder uniquement la finale, vous allez pouvoir le faire sans nécessairement chercher parmi toute la diffusion du matin.
On a-tu les scores? Tu m'as mis ça sur la clé USB? Là?
Non, je t'ai pas mis ça sur la clé USB.
OK. Donc, on va repartager mon écran pour vous montrer la situation finale. Ici.
Et ça a été serré vraiment jusqu'à la fin. Sérieusement, ça a passé proche d'avoir quelque chose de spectaculaire. Finalement, ça n'a pas vraiment bougé. Le tableau est pas mal resté le même, à l'exception de Felicia qui a pris la 6e. Ça a été in extremis. On s'attendait peut-être plus ou moins à... Ben, pas qu'on s'attendait pas à ça, mais de la façon que Felicia jouait dans la journée, ça annonçait pas qu'elle allait pouvoir passer dans le top 6. Elle a réussi, in extremis. Sarah Klassen qui a quand même descendu au classement. Ça n'a pas été un avant-midi d'enfer pour elle. Ça s'en venait dangereux même, parce qu'il y a c'est 17 et 8, c'est 25 points seulement qu'elle a de priorité sur Karine Bouchard. Donc, peut-être une autre partie, puis on aurait vu Sarah Klassen disparaître du top 6. Qui sait? Tout ça est hypothétique.
Donc,
carreaux ouverts, hein,
ben, c'est ça que je regarde. OK, donc ici, je regarde Nicholas Blagojevich, qui est un junior qui a failli faire l'équipe nationale. Il manque par 24 quilles. Puis si on vient ici dans les statistiques Lexair, vous allez voir que... Je suis allé trop loin. Ici, les spares de 9. Il a manqué 8 sur 82.
C'est beaucoup de quilles.
C'est quand même bien, 90% de réussite.
Mais on aurait pu en avoir un peu plus.
Donc juste là, les 24 quilles de retard
ça
se retrouvent
très facilement
en 2 lancers. Puis encore une fois, la fameuse quille 2 qui a manqué au 9e carreau ici pour sa game de 240. C'est ça, il aurait pu jouer 260 là, avec un spare.
Très facilement.
Puis facilement, c'est là que ça se perd.
C'est ça, tout se joue dans les réserves. Parce qu'on le sait, ces joueurs-là sont capables d'en faire des abats, sont capables de faire des longues séries. Ça, on n'est pas inquiet de ça. Mais lorsque vient le temps de faire des réserves, si on est un peu trop dans une zone de confort ou trop confiant, c'est là que ça peut nous jouer des tours. Même les joueurs les plus expérimentés se font jouer des tours à ce sujet-là. Alors, soyez prudents. Gardez toujours le focus. Prenez jamais rien d'acquis non plus.
Excellent. Bon, Art Oliver, sorry, buddy. We can't wait for you forever. So we will cut the stream, take a little bit of a break. And again, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Again, a quick thank you to CTF, obviously, for hosting the event. Attends, on va ajuster la caméra. Là.
Ben, regarde, on va finir comme ça. Puis je la rajusterai tantôt.
C'est bon.
Voilà.
All right, so again, everyone, thanks for joining us. 120 bowlers now down to 3 here at the Canadian Team Trials. Thank you, CTF, Classic Bowl, Sport Canada,
Dexter,
Lexer Bowling Software, Fana Sports, and obviously Bufa Distribution. That's right. So again, thanks everyone for joining us. We will see you in a couple of minutes for the grand finals. Make sure to subscribe. Also give a like to this video. And thanks to everyone who has been watching. Thank you for chatting with us, and we will see you guys for the step ladder. Donc, salut tout le monde. OK,
vas-y. Je vais. Donc, on devait parler à Art Oliver. Malheureusement, on ne sait pas ce qui s'est passé avec lui. Il est disparu dans la brume. On va terminer ça ici. Assurez-vous d'être avec nous dans les prochaines minutes. Ça va débuter la grande finale. On avait 120 joueurs. Maintenant, il en reste 3 de chaque côté. Ça va être excitant pour déterminer les médailles de bronze, d'argent et d'or. Soyez avec nous. Et on remercie les partenaires qui font en sorte d'avoir un si bel événement. La Fédération canadienne des quilles, Fana, Dexter, Bufa Distribution. Est-ce que j'en oublie, Marc?
Dexter, Fana, Bouffe
Fana,
Distribution, Sport Canada.
Sport Canada et bien entendu notre hôte Classic Bowl.
Oui.
C'est super important parce que sans Classic Bowl, on jouerait au quai sur le boulevard dehors. Et,
Dundas.
Alors, merci beaucoup. À bientôt. Marc Bouffa, Guillaume Nadeau. On se voit dans les prochaines minutes pour la grande